Okay. Good.
I think what's happening is I stand up too sitting for a long time. But I'm fine. Like I'm fine now.
You gotta be careful leaving the headache zone. Oh, my mic's not muted. Fuck. Hello. Not gonna do the whole starting music because I don't know how long exactly we'll go tonight. But wanted to give you a bit of a recap because we did play Monday. Took the day off Tuesday. This is like a rest day. I don't know. It's been weird. I feel like our sleep schedule's been off since the whole Saturday night playing till midnight thing. But hi. So Monday we logged in and just have a team meeting because I felt like a lot of the host members were not really up to date on what was happening and things were moving really, really fast. So we wanted to have a team meeting and we did. I explained to people like Violet and Skip, and kind of got the message across about what has been going on without them really knowing. Mostly because things have moved so fucking fast. So I explained the whole what happened on Saturday night. I explained our suspicions of the coalition and what we did and said, at that event. And also had some visitors. Northern Oasis came by. We told them what happened. I showed them, what we had to show in terms of a note, a special, specific note. Talked to them about a few things. They also let us know they didn't want to be part of our alliance, so sad. But we're going to continue to maintain a good relationship with them. Talked to Amy and Kyoto, who came by. We told them our story as well. Really good to catch up with them. And I feel like another group came by. I can't remember. But regardless, the big thing to know is one, we're trying our best to clean up after what happened on Saturday. And by clean up, I mean explain our side of the story before the coalition, spreads their lies. But it seems we didn't reach someone soon enough, and we got raided Saturday night. Or no, Sunday night, rather. Sunday night, I think. And they fucking blew our shit to pieces, and we're barely secure and rebuilt. We lost a lot of stuff. I mean, most of the good, like, really valuable shit was slept with. But lots of tarp tents, leather tents, our party tent, bunch of, like, hunting rifles, bunch of, medical supplies, all sorts of stuff is just gone now. Lost all but one of our 4 dials, sadly. So dark days indeed, we believe it was Eastside Trader because of the note they left behind that says something along the lines of that Delilah is the one they have the problem with, and it was like, "Dear Delilah, you are the one we have the problem with, not your crew." And then something about the Northeast. Once you gone, the Northeast remembers, or something like that. So, like, the only group in the area that has a problem with Delilah specifically is the Northeast trade or the East Side traders, and you know the fact that they mentioned the Northeast and being a part of it and whatnot, like that just is kind of like the icing on the cake. The only other group that has a problem with Delilah specifically is the Web, but um, you know the Web doesn't live in the Northeast, so why would they be talking about the Northeast remembers and once you gone and whatever? That just doesn't make sense. At the same time, well, and with that being said, we believe it was them, just like we believe it was them the last time we got hit. But you know, it was around the same time as the original raid, which is also the same time that Northeast Traders is usually active, and it seems like a car was involved. Had to either a big group or a car was involved because a lot of stuff was moved all at once: generators, lights, a tent, many weapons. Stuff like that. So we have our suspicions. I think that the coalition gave us their word that they weren't going to retaliate, but they never said anything about the fuck. They never said anything about them trying to get other people to retaliate on their behalf. So I think that's kind of what happened. They're one of the few groups we didn't talk to, and I assume Greeny got a hold of them first. So we got hit pretty hard. And also someone, which I think is the coalition or Eastside Trader or a combination of both, someone is posting notes down at House of Hope, trying to pose as Apache and declare war, you know, on the host's behalf on the coalition, saying that we're part of the cult. Funny thing was, at that time that the note was posted, like in the time frame, Apache was coasted because it was during the raid and he was the one person that woke up. Like he woke up and we were being raided and he got shot, and took a while to get back and woke up and like got back, secured the base, went to sleep, then woke up when we were in the middle of having all the meeting stuff. And Northern Oasis came to us with that note that they had just found that was posted, I think, the night before. So like they claimed to be Apache, but Apache was at the coast. So very likely that they hit our base, dropped that note off, and then like tried to frame it that way. So like they knew nobody was around, nobody could do anything. So that was kind of interesting. But then at the same time, they also like it was very blatant. Like, hey, we are the host, and we want to declare war, and we're working with the cult, and like it just like wasn't something that would come from us. And then yeah, that's what I was getting at here. Then they misspelled his name, which was the funniest part. So that's that. I think that's pretty much it. That pretty much sums up everything that happened when we woke up and, you know, tried to congregate a little bit on Monday. So now I have some plans as to what we do next. And we go from there.
Do you have any ammo for this? Literally have 9 bullets.
Yeah, you got any ammo for this? Literally have 9 bullets.
Do you?
Yeah.
Fuck, alright.
What's up, Westy? What's up, T?
The only thing I got ammo for is this.
You got any ammo for this?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god!
Holy shit.
Poor guy.
Poor Skip. Cigarette's still in his mouth, though. That's pretty impressive.
That is impressive.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
Wake the fuck up, we have shit to do.
My fucking head. What happened?
You got tased.
Oh,
Here,
you
take your
dirty
shit.
little bastard.
Delilah was rooting through your pockets.
No, I got nothing anyway.
No, I would never do that.
Fuck.
It's getting heavy. Hurry up.
Yeah, I know. Look at your peanut arms. Yeah, you gotta just put down there. If you, oh, wait. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck.
You're
Oh my
having
God.
so many issues today.
Cunt.
Here.
What is wrong? I'm still half asleep.
I didn't realize this whole gate was gone.
Yeah, it's gone,
yeah.
mate. It's fucking gone to oblivion.
I just don't really understand why. There was nothing out here.
Oh, because they knew there were tents.
Yeah.
pretty funny. I literally got fuck all out of it.
I know. I think, from what I can gather, pretty sure anything they could have got was probably destroyed.
Mm. Oh, well, fuck them. We need to find out who that was, eh? Like, point the finger and start finger bashing those motherfuckers. 'Cause
Why?
I'm fucking over it.
Pretty sure. Pretty sure we do.
Well, we have a
Yeah,
feeling.
like,
Man,
we have a feeling, we have an inkling.
it's the same time that our reports tell us, you know, reports being beer and the night crew. Now, it's the same time that Eastside Traders always driving their fucking car around. Same time we got raided last time. Both times a car was involved. And they're the only people in the Northeast that have a direct problem with Delilah. As mentioned in their
Because
note.
they're butthurt that
That she.
we blew their fucking doors in
Yeah, and
Like- face to face.
yeah. Even though we were all there minus you, Skip. I was the one that planted the
Yeah.
bombs, for fuck's sake. Because Delilah was
Yeah.
yelling at Tony, and Tony got in his feelings, I guess, and doesn't really
Oh, he got
forgive.
very much in his feelings.
So,
Yeah, fair.
as much as I want to get to the bottom of who raided us, and I do want to, because it's going to be a problem going forward, I think. We also need to really follow up on these leads that we have with cult
Yeah, for sure, this-
activity,
yeah.
and try to figure out who the fuck in the coalition is actually the cultist or working with them. So, I think I was trying to think of what we have. We have the house in Novi Lug that Ernest marked for us that he thinks cultists live in. We could try and check that out.
Yeah.
We know Black Lake has had some weird activity. And right after Saturday's event, someone from Black Lake magically came down to check up on us, which has never happened.
What? The fuck?
No coincidences here. I'm telling you, it's... yeah.
That's a big coincidence, that.
So we need to go out to Black Lake, check out that cabin and the surrounding areas, because that's where Ernest also said he found notes that were suspicious. What else do we got?
Mm.
Those are the two big ones.
Yeah, well, this guy.
Yeah.
Please, let's go.
We need to keep an eye on House of Hope as well and watch for any more notes that are going to be planted. Because that will spread like
Yeah.
wildfire, and whatever we can do to prevent that, probably best.
They're blaming Apache. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Oh, we all.
He's seething from that. Like, he's pissed.
The other thing we need to follow up on
I don't know.
is maybe, and why she left early,
Yeah.
and why she wasn't up on the stage. So, let's go up to the
You
free
just go to the
thinkers.
northeast, then.
Let's go up to the free
Oh.
thinkers since they're right there, and then we can go to the other one. Go out, yeah, go out east from there.
Yeah, we need to find her, eh? See what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave my
Alright, everyone good?
my special note here because I don't want to lose that.
Alright.
Now let's go.
Maybe
Should we
if you wanna
take-
hide it or
no.
something.
Might need to. Wait, where's... I think you locked Ben in.
Oh no, man.
Oh shit. I didn't see him.
What are all these fucking tents?
I think Daniel
Python?
got a little bit carried away.
Are we the fucking House of Hope Point 2.0?
Yeah, we don't need all this.
House of Host.
We don't need all this shit.
No.
Not 50
Half of
tents,
them are
no,
empty.
But maybe 1 or 2.
He said he was going to build one more. I told him where he
No.
could go, and then I turned around and there were about 5 there.
No, we don't need all that. I'll put a debrief up there.
So what was the homework, Bookfeed?
I didn't give you any homework. What are you talking about?
Huh? Isn't that homework? Am I getting 400 fucking sticks of epoxy this time, or?
I mean, if you want to, go for it.
Nah, I don't really, because they're like
got us.
invincible to fucking find.
That's not true. We had like 20, and we traded them
What's
for
up,
big
Scotty?
guns.
Oh. Did you cash them in, did ya?
Well, we still have some. We traded about half of them though.
Yeah.
And then those fuckers probably use that to buy something. Fucking raid us. Ironically.
Or did they get a hand of it? Like, did they get them?
Who knows? They make
Yeah.
constant night trips out west. Probably looking for things like that. Another thing is the Oasis declined my proposal, so we need to think of another strong group that we can talk to be on our side.
What, do you know why they denied it?
They said they didn't feel like it was beneficial to them. They seemed like they felt like they were just going to be taking on problems that we got ourselves into, and there's no benefit to them, which I don't agree with.
Got some wolves.
Where are they?
To the left. I don't really want to
I
go
thought you
down.
saw them. No, I go
No,
south.
heard
I got my MK. Oh, here they are.
On your left. On your left. If you want me to go loud, I will. Huh?
I might not need to, I don't
Good
think.
stuff, good stuff. Good shit. Maybe the alpha's fucking off.
Oh, I would. That'd never work. Yeah, we're good, dude. What's up, Nick? How you doing?
You hold up. Hold up, hold up. I think she was just fixing her pants or something.
About BMR as an ally. Potential ally.
They put,
Trust them enough to be an
maybe.
ally?
No, but I trust them enough to shoot.
Well, who's to say when the time comes they're not gonna shoot us in the back?
Yeah, that's true.
What's up, Alan?
I mean, you
Good
got
to see you.
RA.
Yeah, we were raided.
I'm just worried about RA because RA Coalition are definitely, I would say they're not enemies by any means. And I don't know if
Yeah.
RAs wants to be involved in this drama, you know?
Yeah,
No, I
fair.
can't see them wanting to.
I know.
Half of it involves the
What
cult
if-
stuff, and I don't think they really believe in it. So,
Well, what about the clowns? It's a shit
I
show, but
don't think half of them believe in it either, really. I don't think it's the kind of thing they want to get stuck into.
they're a
we
bit
got
far as well, sadly.
I guess the only people is up in that castle, eh?
Definitely, as much as I hate to say, they're probably the strongest option at the moment.
Yeah. Are they good with Eastside traders or not?
No.
Oh shit, what happened there?
From what Felix told me before they fucking double-crossed us again, is that BMR kept going down there demanding things for free and not listening to their trading neutral zone rules or whatever, and they got upset, so they banned them.
Fuck.
Flux was down there a few days ago, though.
Yeah, so goes to show you how much their word is worth.
What about the men of the North?
Yeah. Good
Are
work.
they even still around?
Yeah, they're in Nebaya.
Are they strong or not?
No.
Certainly used to be. I'm
Terrible.
not sure how they are at the moment.
Yeah, the problem is they keep having people leave to go join the web just for them to snitch on whatever activities we might share with them.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
Yeah, I
It's a
don't trust that
concern.
either. Although, I can't blame the men of the North. That's not their fault.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate.
But that's, to me, that's proof of uncertainty, instability, and
Yeah.
therefore I can't really trust it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just trying to throw out names.
Everyone's in just as deep of shit as we are.
I mean, we are pretty strong. We can definitely push back.
We
And if
can.
people want to help, they can. But it's going to be rough.
My problem
It's
is,
going to be rough.
if it's going to be us versus the coalition plays so much politics and plays, you know, we're so innocent, look at us, look what we do, fucking shit, that everyone's going to side with them, and then next thing you know, it's us against the fucking world.
Yeah.
They're already doing that. They're already fucking getting people to raid for them. They're getting people to leave notes spreading propaganda and lies that we're cultists. It's a fucking mess. And having this,
Can't handle the truth.
no, they can't. If what we think is right, this extreme of a reaction just proves everything to me.
Mm. I get a migraine as soon as I walk in here.
Yeah, me too.
Supposedly that house, sketchy. This one.
Hmm.
Where are we going?
Hello?
Nothing down here.
Yeah, upstairs.
Is there a door on there?
Yeah. Lobster, thanks for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you.
Let's go into the pub there, D.
Where are we going?
We're going to visit
Yeah,
the site,
Tony.
or the Novilog people.
Oh, okay.
Turn your ears on, Buffett.
Yeah.
You know that little switch on your ear there? Switch it on.
I don't know if
Okay.
we really have any plans for the 4th. I have off that day. I'll be playing games probably for a bit.
Hello, mate.
Well, hello.
How's it going?
Not too bad.
Fuck.
Who's here?
It's Skip from the host.
Oh, hey, what's up? Give me just a minute. Sorry, I think I'm the only one around right now, and I'm stuck behind all these. Give me just a few minutes.
That's okay.
Yeah, you are. Oh, I won't come in the pub. It's fucking cold out there, mate. I'm just gonna use your dunny, mate.
Hey, be a sweetie, wipe the CD.
Lay a massive cable in here, mate. Leave it here. for
Jesus
you.
Christ.
I'm sure it's nothing compared to the old man.
Earnestly stankers, huh?
Put it this way, I never knew a man could go through childbirth essentially every time he went to the bathroom.
Oh gosh.
It sounds like a bloodbath, honestly.
I'd ask, but I don't know if I want to know how you keep this place clean if that's the case.
We make Tyrone do it.
Oh, okay. It's good to know.
Oh, fuck. Forgot my own passwords.
I forget what this guy's name.
Hang on, excuse me while I'm being dyslexic.
Oh, you're okay.
Lost the
Try
best
to
part of
get
me.
the-
Oh, Jesus, close the door.
Oh,
Why
shit,
are you so
sorry.
stinky?
Well, look, all I've been eating is fucking fish, alright? No nutrients, no salads. Just
Oh,
fish,
lovely.
straight up fish.
Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna let the old man know you guys are here too. Give me just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's in town. All right, he's coming. He's coming.
Oh, perfect.
Oh man. So how have you guys been in since the other day?
Living the dream. Living
Yeah.
the fucking dream.
Yeah. They say that.
Skip and Rosco. Benjamin,
There
going on?
he is.
Lord, look at these fellers here.
Hello.
Lord Delilah, you scary motherfucker.
How you doing,
Someone has
Ernest?
to be scary.
Startled me there. How y'all doing?
Hey,
I hope you seen my note down there. I went down there to talk to y'all a couple of days ago and noticed a little hole in the base there and no flag, so I put one up for you. And
Yeah, I was gonna say we appreciate that very much.
Oh,
You guys get
absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
You guys get everything handled with it and get it built back up, or
Yeah, it's secure. It's not what it was, and we lost quite a lot, but we're secure. We have a safe place to sleep at night, I guess.
And I'd hope you have an idea as to who the culprit was.
I think so, yeah. Based on the very vague note that was left, there's enough for me to put it together.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
how nice of them to be vague and not just, tell them you did it.
Yeah, why not just own your shit?
Something like that. Yeah.
Man, it's the first time I've seen you guys up here in a while. This is cool.
Yeah. Figured, I figured it's been a while, and I owed Ernest a thank you for raising a flag. Helped us out quite a bit. We didn't have a spare. Took literally everything from us. So, thank you.
My pleasure. We happen to have one down there at the camp there.
Yeah, I mean, they can't be leaving rope behind.
Yes.
Well, so I'm not here to judge. You know how we are over here. Each their own, and one person's actions ain't nobody's business but their own. I'd actually.
I got one, brother.
I've been hearing stories about that meeting up there in Star Yard. I was unfortunately napping for that, but I was hoping to get y'all's account. I've heard the boogeyman story on y'all's behalf, and the not so boogeyman, I guess, more of a, I don't know, the alternative to it. You know what I mean? Some people praising, some people not so happy about it.
Oh, people praising. That's good.
That's good.
I already know. I came here, one, to thank you, and two, to do just that, because I assumed the boogeyman came and told you their opinion, so.
Oh no, I ain't actually seen none of them. I was just
No.
saying that other people have been saying the boogeyman story. A host is
Yeah.
out there killing
Oh.
folks, and they're not what they seem to be and whatnot.
That's what I mean.
Oh.
I know just who has probably come up here and said that to you, so that's what I'm referring to. Well, I'm an honest man, Ernest. And what happened was, well, things that we have already kind of alluded to you, kind of coming to fruition. We've noted. Remember the day you came by after you saw them for the first time, the cult.
I do believe so. Yes, sir.
You remember, how you told me that? Let me
Yes, sir.
lower my voice here. You told me, right, that Wisp and Natasha were down at the East Side Trader, and shortly after the cult appeared, right?
Correct.
You found something to be fishy about that whole situation.
It was a bit odd, given our past conversations.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's not the first time I've heard a story like that, is the way I'll put it. And this has been over the course of several months before the cult showed face again, and started really picking up in terms of the murdering and the abductions and the torture and taking eyes. It's awful, but it's not the first time we've heard that same kind of story. Natasha and Wisp are here. The cult strikes here. It just happens over and over again. We've had maybe 3+ different accounts from different people. And we've also had our own people, I've been watching them. And what I've been explaining to people is that ever since, really before we moved here to the Northeast, we were told a lot about the cult because we used to live in Starry Yard, which is where that meeting took place and where they originated. And, we were told a story about them and their origins. And then a few days later, the coalition told us a story about them as well. And it was the origin story, but it was very different from the original story we heard. It's kind of changed some details in favor of the cult. And we didn't really think, much of it. Maybe just some people think they're worse and some people think they're
Yeah.
better. You know.
You know, just in case with the sensitivity of our conversation here, just step away from that there.
Yeah, you can see you all the way down the street.
You
right
too,
there,
Skip.
so-
Come on over here. It's a.
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
is
it's
the
not
best
much
side to
safer
be
here,
on.
but it's a little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah,
that's
they-
That's
fair.
why I'm
They can't-
standing here.
Get from the other side of town.
Yeah, you, smart man over there.
Yeah, we just thought it was weird how there was such a discrepancy in a story that, I don't know, they made it out to be like it was almost public knowledge. But yeah, there was so much difference. And we thought that based on the coalition's perspective of, you know, this origin story and their how they seemingly felt about it, we just kind of, you know, brushed it off and we just kept our eyes open and our ears open. And since we moved into the area and became neighbors to them, we just watched closely. You know, we didn't want to finger point, we didn't want to accuse, we didn't want to assume.
Right.
Um,
Lord.
I think he fell asleep.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so we just watched, and we had people sit and listen different places, whether it was House of Hope or the Traders, and just, you know, kept our eyes open. And we noticed a lot of those same things and those same people being involved in odd behavior. You know, whether it was
Right.
they were there and the cult shows up shortly after, or something along the lines of having secret meetings with people they swore they were enemies with. All sorts of things. And then that night came on Saturday, and it was supposed to be a secret meeting among groups that were, you know, aware of the cult and trying to bring people together to fight them. But it just so
Yeah, it
happened.
wasn't much of a secret there, because
Yeah.
I had a note on my bulletin board down there about some bar opening down there.
Yep, exactly. And that meeting was set far in advance, as opposed to the coalitions. And it, you know, it seemed like there was that, and apparently a hiking club held a little party there or something. So it just happened to be that location and that day and that time were all picked for some anti-cult rally to take place in secret. But it was
I see.
definitely made very available, if you ask me. And sure enough, the cult finds out and they show face. And luckily, we knew the owner of the pub up there, or one of anyway, and they hired us to be security. So Delilah, myself, and a few others were there. And we just watched out for any strange people, knowing full well that the cult was probably going to find out. We assumed so. And we did identify some people, and we just kind of questioned them and searched their things and whatever. And one in particular gave us trouble, and when we tried to ask him to show us he had nothing to hide, he tried to pull a gun, and, you know, we had to react and do what we had to do. And I don't have it on me. I can show you if you'd like. I keep it safe at home. But they had a note on them. And the note was essentially an order from their leader to do harm to people at the event. They seemed to be tipped off. It said something about the coalition's meeting is going to be here at this day or something like that. And they specifically asked to harm people, but don't do anything to the woman among their ranks. You know the one, is the quote. So we found that to be very strange.
Yeah, and that kind of you've alluded in the past to, and by all means you didn't share it, you know, with all proper securities and whatnot. But you've alluded to amassing a bit of evidence against them, so you know that kind of draws the line there. It kind of connects the dots and stuff. I
Yeah.
can see the whether it be an assumption or whatever it may be there, but I can see how that, you know, A can get to B there.
Right. So, you know, essentially, I don't know if you heard, Thaddeus was there, so I assume he told you how one of the members was able to pull a grenade and whatnot.
Yep.
He
All
so
kinds of mayhem.
once we stripped the note from the first suspect, I remembered that that person came in with another person, and it just so happened that was the one. And as we tried to seize him, they pulled that grenade and made the threats and took the stage and all that. And yeah, we eventually took care of the cultists. People kind of inched away, and we found an opportunity, and we took them out. Minimal damage was done. I think one person, suffered from a little bit of.
Yep, I've heard. Welcome back here.
Yeah, narcolepsy's a real son of a bitch.
It's okay.
I've heard. I heard briefly. I think it was
Boom, boom.
boom boom, something like that.
Yeah, so it wasn't bad. And the cult member got taken out, and then they tried to retaliate with their third, because they say that killing happens in threes, or death comes in threes, or something like that. We've read that in a book somewhere, and so we were on the lookout for a third the whole time, and were able to identify one that tried to run into the woods, change in the robes, and pull a grenade again, but we caught them before they took action. But before all that happened, the cultists that took the stage said something along the lines, kind of they were taunting Greenie, and said, Greenie, it amazes me how close I can get to you every single time. And, I feel like you could take that, right, as they were able to infiltrate the meeting, and they were there and got that close, literally, but also, if you think about it, who's always side by side, super close with Greenie, right? They're always together.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
The cult was complex,
you know,
so I don't think.
I don't mean to cut you off there, and
Go ahead.
I would appreciate the opportunity. I think Thaddeus here would as well, being all the actions taken that evening, whether it be by the cult or by the attendees, affected him a little bit there. And I think we both would appreciate the opportunity to read through that note there that you found, and
Yeah,
if it's not too forward, I would, to kind of stay clear on my name, on the free thinkers, right?
sure.
I hold y'all valuable friends, and I'd
Yes.
like to, if you would, and be willing to, amongst your group, communicate and make sure it's clear with everybody. But maybe if I could look at your evidence against the coalition, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'm more than willing to show it to you. I just don't carry it on my person after we've been attacked so much.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I feel like it's for that purpose. I think it's because we know things. People are spreading rumors and attacking our home, and it was brought to our attention that someone left a note at the House of Hope claiming to be Apache, saying that they were in the cult and that the host is officially declaring war on the coalition, which is not the case. We spoke to Greenie and hashed things out Sunday afternoon, and we're obviously not on good terms, but we both gave our word that we weren't to retaliate. So it makes no sense for us to do that, and if we did, I would do it.
That's good. That's good to hear, especially after being there that night.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, Patrick can't even write, let alone read.
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
You guys.
Times I've seen that feller stare into the ether.
I know.
you know Apache, and when we were handed that
about
note,
10 minutes to even
yeah, we
get a bit of food out of his pocket, doesn't he?
we had a bit of a laugh when we read that, and they spelled his name wrong, so that was even better. So someone planted that for sure. Yeah. So that was that. But obviously, the biggest issue was with what happened afterward. We decided we wanted to confront the coalition as to, how we felt and the note that we found, and we did. And they weren't too happy about it. I kind of explained the same things I just explained to you. And, obviously Wisp denied, and Greenie was in her defense, and that's fine, that's fair. But we felt very strongly about it, and we weren't going to back down. As I told you before and now after this whole fucking circus show went down, I have my feelings and my suspicions, and I'm not the type to back down, especially when I have what I feel is hard evidence that someone in their group is certainly working with the cult. And
Right.
I'm not quite sure how it was painted, right? But things were pretty civil until Greeny. And I've never seen this side of Greeny, but he got angry, right? He claimed that we were lying and that it was all conjecture and we can't prove anything. And he said, he said, fuck you. You can't prove this. And he said, all we've ever tried to do for you people. And that was kind of a snapping point, because I don't take that term too lightly, you know? You people, as if we were like subjects, right? Or lesser. I kind of, that hurt.
I could see that.
And, yeah, things got a little heated from there, I'll admit. But still, I'm not one to, how do you say, like, not one to raise the stakes. I obviously responded emotionally, but I didn't just whip out a gun and start shooting willy-nilly, that's for sure. But something that did happen was Wisp, from that moment on, Wisp kind of went from, you know, defensive and sort of upset, I would say, to suddenly like a snap of the finger and she was cool and calm, and it was kind of gave me chills. Like a switch went off and she was a different person. And she walked up to Delilah at first and said, well, why don't you do this? And handed her a rope and said, you know, tie me up. Let me prove to you that I'm not hiding anything. So we did, and you know, there was nothing. And you know, I kind of thought that was going to be it, but then just words kept going back and forth, and it's like she wanted the game to keep going. Like she was toying with us, like it was a game, and she just wanted to keep upping the ante. And then, you know, she walked up to me then, and she said, if you really think that this is who I am, you think I am what you say I am, then pull out a gun and shoot me in the head right now. She said, I give you permission to do this. I swear by it. Thaddeus was there, and everyone here but Skip was there in attendance. And that's what she said. And at that moment, listen, Ernest, I'm not a killer. I'm not someone who's going to go around and shoot people for no reason. But in that moment, I felt like that was a challenge. And if I didn't do what she challenged me to do, then that's my admission that I'm wrong. And with witnesses there, the Overlook, you know, people from your group, and there was others as well, the pirates, and there was an audience for sure. And in front of all those people, I would just admit that everything we just piled out was actually not true, and we're lying, and it just doesn't look good. So I did it. And obviously,
Can I ask you a
Mhm.
potentially difficult question there? A little bit of introspective there.
Yeah.
Could it have been a bit of pride? You know, backing down from the challenge, maybe accepting that you could be wrong. Could your pride have gotten away there and maybe made you act a little harshly? Especially if, you know, maybe one of them is, but you're not sure if it's Wisp. By no means do I mean disrespect here. It's just, you know, I'm trying to play the fence. You know what I mean?
No, I
The
understand.
free thinkers. We're not here to be in someone's pocket or be on. You know, we want to make our own opinions about situations and whatnot.
Of course, and yeah, that's why I came here, just to tell our side, because I had assumed you'd already heard the other side. I suppose you could say that. I'm not a very prideful person. I'd say I'm pretty whatever the opposite of prideful is. Can't think
I
of
understand that.
right.
You put a lot of effort and time and dedication and into this investigation, and for it to come to a head like that and then be challenged to say in that way, like, if you don't take this opportunity now, then everyone here sees how weak you are and how wrong you are.
Right. And
I see where. Go ahead, Thaddeus. I'm sorry.
I was just saying that I think that you're right. Like, being there, it was kind of like it was on both sides. It wasn't just him. Greenie is at fault too. Like, it was kind of like one of those, as far as pride goes, you know, an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and so you're defending your investigation and maybe your reputation on that, and conversely, Greenie was defending what he sees or may or not, you know, he may not see that at a Wisp or Natasha or none of them. So he's defending his people. I think both sides had a little right and a little wrong.
Sure, I can agree with that. What
And
I will.
before, and,
Okay.
wait, I'm sorry.
Just to answer the question though, I don't want to dodge it or anything. I can see how you'd think maybe a little bit of pride, because yeah, obviously I'd worked on this for a while, and I not that I want to be right at this point. It's I know that something's wrong, whether it was Wisp or not. It was something I needed to do in that moment, not because I wanted to. And anyone that was there can attest to this. But I didn't do it immediately. I took a good 5-10 seconds. I hesitated. I didn't necessarily want to shoot her, but like I said, I felt it was necessary, because otherwise it's just admission and they kind of get a free pass for that. Because then if I don't, right, and then it comes back and people start questioning things and they look to me and they're like, well, if you really believe that, why didn't you do anything that night, you know?
Right. So, because God forbid it is Wisp or Natasha, you know, or whomever it is, and then
Someone.
something terrible happens, someone down the line, and you know, you had an opportunity one day and you didn't seize it. Now you're the bad guy because somebody else's blood is on your hands.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from. Again, this room is full of friends here. The way I see that, this is
Absolutely.
a difficult situation, and I just want to, you know, I'm making my own decision, and
Yeah.
as it stands, I have no reason to doubt you.
Yeah, and like I said, you guys are both more than welcome to come down and I can show you the note. I just don't keep it on my person nowadays at this moment,
Yeah, I understand.
because that is our only piece of hard evidence, you know, that I can physically show people.
Absolutely.
I know my voice wasn't very loud there, but I tried to get everybody to just wait until all the information wasn't there. Like, maybe needed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big part. Like, she needed to be there. I
I
don't know why
agree.
she left. She was there.
Yeah, I agree, and that's something else we're gonna follow up on, because you know we have at least evidence, at the very least, that someone within the coalition itself, a female specifically, is sympathetic or involved or something along those lines, right? So we need to continue to look into it and get some specifics.
Absolutely.
So
And,
that's
you know,
certainly something we want to follow up on.
Thaddeus had made a good point there about, you know, it is quite peculiar that the one feeding all this information, well, not necessarily feeding, but, you know, I know maybe he's been up there by the host there and told me that y'all talked a little bit, and how I was told that she feels isolated. I think that came out there at the meeting. And the fact that she wasn't there to stand beside you and back up everything that she told you. And then, on top of that, I've heard the stories about the cult and how they prey on weakness and sorrow and whatnot. And I know, I didn't know Ivy too well, but I know maybe and Ivy were kind of close there. And so it's odd that, I don't know, you know, it could kind of come full circle there, where the cult is feeding you the information.
Maybe it could be 100% innocent. I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but you know, it just fits the bill, at least in my mind, and warrants like investigation.
Yeah, I can see that. Either way, right? And this is something that I followed when we followed up with Greenie the following day. I said to him, look, we have nothing personal against you. We don't want to start a war. We don't want any more bloodshed than needs to be. And I explained to him why I did what I did, like I just did to you guys. And I told him we believe, and we have proof that he himself even read that one of his members is in some way tainted, right? And he needs to open his eyes to that. If he truly is a believer and taking care of the cult, you know, getting rid of them and helping people, he's gotta not be biased. It can be people right under your nose. He even told us a story right before the event started. He was telling us the story of how he first interacted with the cult at that pub, and that's why he chose that location. And he said he had worked with two guys for a matter of weeks. They were apparently looking for, they had lost their memories, or I can't quite remember, but it's,
Yeah, he told me the same story. That's right. They kept going to, you know, mentioning different you know, places that they were drawn to and didn't really understand why or something. He's told me the story too.
Yeah, so the moral of it is people can seem like one thing on, you know, and but at the same time they're under your nose and ready to strike at any given moment. And they laid their trust in those two individuals for weeks, and then suddenly, when they least expected it, they were betrayed, and they were actually members of the cult. And you know, like I said, we have evidence that the coalition was talking specifically about us during our whole BMR spat, and you know, was super willing to give information to them or stab us in the back, just for their own, you know, for no benefit. It seemed from what the conversation that was overheard. You know, they're ready at any moment to be people that they don't present themselves to be.
Seems like a lot of people, sorry, I didn't mean to jump ahead of you, but it seems like a lot of people here in the Northeast, at least since we've been up here, BMR, Eastside Traders, a lot of people like to whisper about how everybody's in, like, you know, talking with the cult or whatever this cult, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I've heard, I don't know how many different stories that every different group is, you know, I don't know what it is about it. Like, I'm still learning about the cult, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as are we, really. We recognize it as a problem, and we take it personal because they've gotten to our own and done terrible things. And they've come to our base a couple times trying to lure members of our you know, our hunting groups out, and who don't really know any wiser. They try to lure them out and ask them to go on hunting trips. Like they knew what we do, and they're trying to play that, and it's ugh. But you know, we might not know a ton about them, but we know that they're a problem, and they're killing people and torturing people and abducting them. And if we can gather information and find out who these people really are and take care of them, then yeah, I'm gonna absolutely do it.
Oh, actually, I just had something come. Let me go see if they still even have it before I say anything. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I understand where you're at, and I mean, I don't know. It's going to be difficult the whole way through to track it down, and where they could be anywhere at this point. But I mean, like Thaddeus is saying there. I mean, it's basically it's almost like everybody's pointing fingers. They're all standing in, you know, a four-cornered room, and everybody's standing in a corner pointing at each other. They know it's them. It's them. So it's a lot of weeding through the bullshits, but
Yeah, I understand.
it's the greater good for sure.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, we're obviously one of those parties stood in a corner pointing fingers. Can't deny that, but
Oh yeah, it's the whole Northeast. I'm not, and
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
I mean, it's just a self-preservation tactic more than anything is what I'm looking at. You know, well, I'm gonna, I want to protect them from folks over there.
Mm-hmm.
The hardest thing to do is to pull everybody over into one corner and isolate them all. But
Right. Yeah, it's difficult, and I've tried my best to tell my story and allow people to, other groups that I visited other groups that I felt we had a good relationship with prior, and I just wanted it to be heard, what our side of things was, so not only, one party or another can spread what they're going to spread about us. I wanted to at least come face to face and say like, hey, I know what happened was chaotic and crazy, but here's our perspective because, like with you guys, like you said, we're all friends here, and we like you guys, and we respect our relationship and want it to continue, despite all this stuff going on. Yeah, I don't feel the need to clear my name or anything, right? I'm just here to tell my side of the story. I honestly, reflecting on it as many times as I've had to, trying to, tell so many people what went down, I don't think next time I would hesitate, because I know what I know to be fact. I'm not just assuming at this point. We know one of them is corrupt in some way. And like Thaddeus told you, they all kind of, not all, they did. They got hostile, and that's not normal for them. The coalition and the people down at the House of Hope are usually good people, or at least they show face that way. They're kind. They've been nothing but nice to us until that night. And I just felt like when the pressure was put on, they showed some true colors is all.
Absolutely, and I can tell you, on the point of making your way around and telling your side of the story and whatnot, to my knowledge, aside from East Side traders, I don't pay too much attention when I go over there, but BMR and the Northern Oasis over yonder there, and some of the more substantial groups, I think they're responding with more confusion than they are anger toward anybody. BMR is, I'm happy to actually hear. I talked to Earnhardt the other day, and I'm happy to hear y'all have made some form of an amends for the time being, at least. And it seems like the Northern Oasis over there, they're still, keen on y'all. So.
Yeah, I mean, BMR. I talked to Earnhardt. He came in and told us like, look, there's bigger things at stake here. We've had a problem with each other for a long time, and things have kind of died down. And maybe now, because of the cult and everything going on, we can put things aside and just focus on the greater good. And, and this was before Saturday, before what happened, obviously. So,
Right.
with what we had ongoing and what we wanted to try and go out and work our way to protecting, which is the people of the Northeast and really all of Trinars at this point, because they've struck everywhere. We thought it was best to put aside such a back and forth that had been going on sort of aimlessly at this point. There wasn't really much going on, just a lot of tension. And if we were able to cut that tension and make it go away for now, then that's fine. They came down and apologized, and we made things right.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. I mean, having two of the, I guess, 5 neighbors there, beefing with one another ain't the simplest thing. I respect y'all's boundaries when I'm with y'all, and we circumvent the castle up there. And if I'm talking to them, y'all stay off the table most of the time, just because I don't want to tarnish either side. And it's much easier now. I went up there and talked to Al and Earnhardt, and they brought y'all up, and they were happy to talk about y'all and express gratitude for a prosperous future relationship and whatnot. And
Yeah, that's the hope. If things can remain civil, we're more than happy to.
what about you there, Delilah? I'm sorry, maybe I'm mistaken there, but weren't your funky toes there from?
Yeah. But I'm also, I'm not saying that I love BMR, right? I'm
Absolutely
saying
not,
that the BMR and the host are acquaintances instead of enemies. I don't
Right.
love them, but I can respect them
Secretly, jeez.
a little bit.
We moved now. We're still in the same place.
Do I like what they did to me? No. But I think the cult is a lot worse than BMR. I mean, I can't see out of one eye, so at least I can
Yeah.
still walk, you know? I can still
Yeah,
fight,
a couple of
but...
mismatched toes. A couple of mismatched toes there versus an eye. I'd go for the eye first. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Call her Twinkle Toes.
Jesus.
Twinkle toes. There you go. He's a hell of a dancer.
Wait, you already fucking hit me enough.
I never hit you. Never once.
Yeah, okay. Lies and deceit.
Lord, y'all are a hoot. You know, I don't know. The whole Northeast there, it's difficult because we all have our own opinions and our own wants and needs and agendas and whatnot, but it don't not a drop of that matters if we're all dead and sacrificed to some death worshiping cult and whatnot. But
Mm-hmm.
it temporary peace is peace nonetheless. Powerful allies or acquaintances, however you want to look at them, there, and it's a means to an end. It's not always going to be that way. Somebody's going to ruffle some feathers one day, and shit's going to pop back off. And that's to be expected. I mean, we're just trying to survive out here, and one day I might step on your toes, and you might step on mine, and maybe we have a scuffle, but nothing permanent.
Right. Yeah, that's how we viewed
Well,
our BMR situation, for sure.
I'm very pleased to hear that. I know I keep saying that, but
No.
it makes me
Okay.
happy.
Good. We had actually done the same with the East Side as well, and we were kind of on good terms with everybody until Saturday.
Oh, has Eastside taken a bit more of the coalition's?
I haven't been able to speak with them face to face, but based on the note that we received when we woke up the morning of our base being blown to bits, yeah, we kind of pieced together that it was them.
Interesting. Okay. Well, then, I guess that answers one of my questions in my head. But
Yeah, I mean, we don't know for sure.
I was
But,
in there.
you know.
To be fair, to be completely honest here, I did a little bit of snooping around just to see how they might have done it, and Earnhardt there helped me understand a bit. He said Apache came over and asked for some assistance and said something about maybe some weird stacked up clothing on your flagpole there, and the life of me, I couldn't figure it out. They must have been extraterrestrial with their leaps and jumps and whatnot, but.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was interesting. Who knows? But either way, they got in and blew almost. We have almost nothing right now. Tents are gone and shelters, everything.
If there's any way, I won't offer everybody's time or wit, but if you ever need some help, just come on find me. I'm happy to help out a friend.
I appreciate that.
What you got there, brother? Ran off real quick.
These, I figured since you guys talked to the coalition, this is what they gave us to look out. I figured I'd give it to you. It's nothing crazy, just more like resources.
Oh, I see. Huh?
And the important one. Now, mind you, we're not doing our own investigation. This is just what we were gave to defend, used, or what we were given to arm ourselves, or to watch out for.
Yep.
And then also, this one I found on my own, and I had to make a copy of it because the other letter got messed up. But do you know where that east of the East Side Traders, in between the beach and the end of the airfield, there's an old ruined castle down there, like a real small ruined castle. You ever seen it?
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Well, the color of the ink of this, before this all went down, the color of the ink of this and this note interested me, but I never really took it any further because, we weren't really in the middle of it, so, but there you go.
Can I see the night?
Holy shit. Was it red?
Thank you.
No, it was green.
It was green.
I copied it just like it was.
One of the 12. Read this one, Delilah. One of the 12.
Yeah, I'm not one to, try to connect dots or anything, but the color of the ink and everything that was going on I did raise an eyebrow.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly in reference to, the 12 sacrifices that they want to make. So it seems like this one must know that they're one. Interesting.
Yeah, that's all. It wasn't. That's all it was signed as. No, you guys keep it. Put it with your stuff. I made copies of them all.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I didn't know. I definitely. I got a lot of respect for Greenie, but I'd be lying if I say it didn't cross my mind with that note.
And you saw.
I hate to step out on y'all.
Mhm.
Sorry, I hate to step out on y'all. I got to step into my head for a little while.
No problem.
I should wake up here, in a little bit, but I gotta head into my cranium.
No problem. Good to speak to you, Ernest.
Hi.
But yeah, you were there, Thaddeus. I mean, you saw how he changed, and like I said, I had never seen Greenie angry like that. No matter, I've seen a lot of shit happen to that guy. He had his best friend murdered by the cult, and he showed no emotion, no remorse. I've seen his entire base blown up and everything taken from him, and he showed no anger, no anything. But then we start questioning their credibility and who they are, and you were there. You saw.
Hang on, let me think here. I understand exactly what you're saying, and I can see it from that point of view, but I also can see it from where Greenie, he was caught off. You could tell he was caught off guard, whether he is or not, or knows the person that had the grenade or not. He was caught off guard in my mind, and stuttering. He had a speech planned out and couldn't even finish it. Like, I don't know. I want to believe that he's just at his wit's end, but again, I can't say that for sure.
No, I understand, but I think the whole problem is people don't want to believe. It's not who we want it to be, right? And I think that's the hardest part of it all. We've had good relationship with the coalition and Wisp and Greenie in particular.
Greenie was my best friend.
Yeah.
I personally
Literally.
don't
No,
think
okay.
Greenie has much or anything to do with it. I think he's kind of stuck between.
Could be.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say this before
Yes.
I talk myself out of it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. If I suspect anybody, it's maybe. I'm sorry. I know she's your friend,
That's okay.
but if I had to pick someone to suspect, it would be her.
No,
But why do
not,
you feel that way?
Perfect storm. Ivy. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to, I'm not going to pretend like I know everything that's going on or anything like that, but everything that I do know points to weak, emotionally distraught people being used for the cult's gain, and you know that's kind of, she fits the bill right now with Ivy, with that happening to Ivy.
But don't you think that if the cult killed Ivy, she would be angry at the cult? I mean, a normal person, right? Like, if she was a normal person, she would be upset with the cult and not be for them.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I agree. If you know, if it just like you said, but I mean, I've went through and read some of the stuff on that list and whatever, and I don't know if you guys have, or if not, I encourage you to. But you know, isn't the cult one of their things is promising they can reunite people like with lost loved ones, like.
I'm not aware of that.
I would suggest read any book you can get your hands on, because that's something they have done in the past. I know that it's in writing, you can read it. Just, I understand you guys gotta watch the coalition, you got to do what you do, but just keep an open mind. I'm telling you.
No, one thing I will say is I do think maybe his disappearance from everything that night was a little off-putting. I admit that. And something else I've been thinking about too is the fact that, you know, for a while we tried to get in contact with the Odyssey because we saw all the markings on the map and whatnot, and, you know, they were never there. And we were told that they were kind of scared off by, we were told, the Forsaken Loyalists, like they've been picked on by them and there was an ongoing war and they just had enough and they disbanded and went into the shadows, and they hadn't been heard from in a long time. And, you know, suddenly, you know, go ahead.
That's not what I heard, just saying. I mean, I don't want to cut you off, but that's not what I heard. Like,
what did you hear?
I heard that Odyssey beat the piss out of the Forsaken Loyalists and kicked them out of Nagrano.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this was, you know, I don't know how long ago. Anyway, I don't mean to keep interrupting you, but
No, that's okay. That's interesting information. Because we wanted to meet them because we were such close neighbors to them, and, you know, we're friends with Amy and Kyoto, and they said that they were good people as well, and we wanted to meet them, maybe do business with them, whatever. And they just disappeared. We never got to meet them until we met what's left of them at Maybe's place.
Are they? Wait, what happened? They disappeared? When was this?
I guess they've disbanded. They're no longer a group, and they don't live in Severograd anymore, but a band of them hangs around Maybe's place and offers her protection, it seems.
Well, I guess you win some, you lose some. They came to us, and, you know, we liked them and talked to them for a few hours or whatever, so we gave them a 4-dial and a bunch of nails to get going, and now they're apparently not, you know, around. Oh, wow.
Was that recent?
They've got a place somewhere. But
Yeah.
they're not as the group that they were.
Mhm.
No, okay. Well, hopefully we can still get in touch with them. Yeah, this literally just like within the last 4 or 5 days, we gave it to them.
You could definitely probably find them in Ulsha. I think those materials that you gave them, I'm pretty certain went to Maybe's base. In the
Did they tell you they were for Odyssey?
That kind of, I'm not gonna, no, they didn't, but that kind of turns my stomach a little bit.
Huh.
I'm all for people doing their own thing and going their own direction and doing their thing, but don't fucking take advantage of me.
Yeah, that's okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how busy you guys are, if Ernest comes back or if he doesn't. You guys want to take a jog?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We were gonna head out to
Let's
Ulster.
go.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah, we were gonna go talk to Maybe
Lots of
anyway
doors
about that.
Yep.
Need some water? I'm gonna
Yeah, I
die.
need
Yep,
water.
sure. Come on,
I need
follow
water
this
as
way.
well.
Yep, don't worry. I need to talk now too. So.
Yeah, and maybe on the way back or something we can show you the note I want to show you.
Yeah, absolutely. If Ernest isn't around by then, I'll take a picture or something if that's okay, or just remember it, I guess.
Whatever you need.
I bet this has. Oh, sorry.
Well, Auntie Lisa here, get her.
God damn it! Here you go.
That's it.
Thank you. I bet this has everything to do with that fucking shifty dude, don't it?
Oh, the shifty. I'm not sure.
Kyoto and Amy. Those are the two that I talked to for sure.
Oh, you talked to Kyoto and Amy.
Yeah, those are the ones I gave the lock and the nails to.
Oh.
Oh, those
No,
are good
they're-
people.
They're not
Holy
obviously.
shit, okay.
They're a
Oh,
couple
okay,
that lives
okay.
in the barn, in
I thought
Severograd.
you meant that like shit. I
Oh,
thought that you meant like Shifty used them to like get Odyssey off the ground or something again.
no.
I'll still go with you guys.
Okay.
I'll joke with you.
Yeah, sure.
God, I'm glad
Josh
we
with
cleared
41
that up
months.
before
Thank
we
you
got
so
there.
much.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that would have got messy.
Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're a small group that lives in that barn north of the city over there. They're good people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
they're
stopped
really
there and tried to talk to them afterward, but we haven't seen them yet. So. Oh,
They sleep a lot.
They just stopped by
Yeah, I
our
noticed.
place and they told us that they're back up and running now. They've been taking some time to stash some things and get ready to really build up the base.
what's the deal with the like her and like what's the whole? Sorry, we can
I
talk.
don't know. I don't know.
They're
She's,
dynamic as
fucking
fuck.
she's
something.
the leader.
Yeah.
I know, I understand that, but she kind of puts herself off as like a queen, and she won't let the Kyoto dude talk like hardly ever.
Yeah. It's funny as fuck.
It's very
Well,
funny.
Well, I kept trying to explain to Kyoto what free thinkers are, and she wouldn't let me because I don't know if she didn't want the ideas or something. Like,
That sounds about right.
That sounds like Amy.
so I don't like to go behind people's backs, but I took it upon myself to scooch over towards Kyoto and tell him to sneak over to Novilug whenever he's free for a little bit, and I'll teach him.
I don't know.
Awesome. Yeah, she's got him. She's got him by the balls, mate.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
What the hell?
Got a headache. Yeah, I got a headache. Right? Did you see that?
Yeah. Well, you just opened a door right here.
I heard that too.
There was a fucking shed right here. Where'd it go?
Yeah, there's a torch on the floor.
What the fuck? Okay, let's get out of here.
Fuck out of here.
My fucking brain's melting.
I knew I wasn't crazy. Poor Ernest, man. Like, he's got to stop. I understand he's a nice guy and he likes to help people, but he's got to stop being so nice. Like, I can't even count on 2 hands how many times he's, like, gave somebody his own weapon and been shot in the back immediately after.
Oh Jesus.
Oh.
He just won't listen, but, you know, that's his thing, so.
Yeah, I mean that's.
There we go.
We're gonna head out to Olsha. Maybe since we're gonna go out that
Yeah.
way, you could show us that spot as well.
Oh, yeah,
If
absolutely.
that's not too far.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously that note was left there. Well, that's a copy of it, but the note that was left there, it seemed like a correspondence spot, which honestly I didn't really put together until I started talking to you guys. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it makes sense. And that area is.
we didn't. I understand that evil people are evil people, and we should get rid of them, but we didn't really have a dog in the fight until all this started. So.
Right. I will say we've been investigating that area as well, out by Black Lake and whatnot. After Ernest told us what he found. I think it was one of those notes.
I can't remember what it. Oh, okay, yeah, it might have been one of those notes.
Not the list of names, but the other bit. Maybe it was. I can't remember. He told us something weird was happening out there, so we've been starting to kind of watch over the area, look for some correspondence, drop point, and maybe this is it.
maybe I'm hoping that I can help you guys, and that's it. Yeah, we've got, I don't know if he's told you about all the guys we have in town. Like, we've got some, like, we don't really judge anybody or whatever. If somebody wants to come live in town and they want to build them a little spot, that's fine. But, you know, we don't really have any weird characters. Like, I'm trying to think just to try to be, you know, forthcoming here. If I think that, I don't know. We don't really have any weird people. We just have quiet people. So...
Ernest did express to me, maybe he was just spooked that day, right? But he said that whole ordeal that happened at the East Side Traders where the cultists showed up and he escaped and some people that lived in your town were there. And he said he showed us what house they live in and he thought maybe there's something up.
I think, I can't remember the second dude's name. They live out west also, so they're hardly ever here. Like, it's just kind of like a, you know, a stop. You know, it's kind of like a, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but like a stop and then they go home out west. Yeah, halfway point. There you go. But that guy's name was either. I think it was either Vic or Mick. Mick, maybe? Yeah. I want to lean towards Mick, but it was something Vic or Mick.
Like an ick. Yeah, I think Ernest told me Vic. I think that's what it was.
But he was, you know, he wasn't rude or mean or anything like that. He was just like, I don't know, the best word I can use to describe him is like intense, if that makes sense. He wasn't creepy or nothing. But he was definitely about his business,
Okay.
You know what I mean, I guess.
Yeah, if you need to go.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Benny's gonna duck off.
Oh, he's gonna go?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hang on there, Thaddeus. Hang on, mate.
Sorry, Benjamin needs to go to sleep.
Okay.
Alright, I just got off sorry, I was on the radio. I don't know if you guys remember Al, he's one of our citizens. He's at the trading post right now. We'll probably swing by and grab him. He actually is the guy that was with me when we found that note, so...
Okay, perfect.
And he just, I guess he just woke up, you know, sleeping in somebody else's house.
Oh, shit.
How are you guys for, weaponry and stuff ever since you got hit?
I mean, to be fair, we don't keep very big guns around. We had a bunch of hunting rifles that they got hold of, but we've already found a couple in replacement, so it's alright.
Well, you know, because of our relationship, obviously, that means, you know, it has a big part of it, but if you guys have a handful of hunting scopes, I'll toss you a nice, you know, auto or a couple other guns or something, because we need to make some room.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, we're still kind of just getting our feet back under us in that regard, but we'll certainly try to keep a stockpile, send some stuff your way.
Yeah, just let us know. Man, if you guys ever need a gun or anything, something's going on, please don't hesitate to stop by. I do the boat all the time, so...
Ah, okay.
I thought I heard Ernest in my headset, but I guess not. Do you guys have what's your guys' relationship with BMR? They've seemed to kind of pulled back from everybody.
We were kind of telling Ernest, I think, while you were asleep, but it's been repaired. You know, things aren't. We're not best of friends, but we're on much better terms now.
Yeah, they seem to really stay to themselves now, which, you know, good for them. I know that, man, they were, you know, I know everybody's got history apparently with them, but no lie, dude, they were, you could just talk to them until they were just beaten to the ground, just exhausted.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, our scuffle excluded, they bit off a lot. Maybe a little more than they could chew. They picked a lot of fights.
Yep, Theo definitely admitted that and told us that, you know, whenever he explained to us, he said that some prior leadership had really left a mess and bit off more than was necessary or something like that. So, but I'm not gonna pretend like I know what was going on. But he said just you know, you can't have everybody in the Northeast as an enemy is kind of what he told me.
Yeah. It definitely seemed like that was the case for a minute there, but things change.
That's good. Okay. Let's see. But that's I'm trying to think of where the spot is. I know I can take us right there. Because I remember the path, but I'm trying to remember where in reference to Black Lake it is exactly. The north?
Oh
maybe?
yeah,
I think
soldier.
it's north
Appreciate
of
that.
Black Lake.
Okay.
I just jog everywhere I go, so if you guys want to run, we can.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, I can get over here to Al, and then I'll slow down again.
I appreciate that. I'm glad people still watch that video. It's cool.
And actually, you know, also one more thing. I don't mean to keep bringing up the stuff we've already discussed, but you know, I know that I mentioned some things earlier about, you know, the meeting and everything up there the other night, but I think Greenie was, you know, wrong also. Just to be clear, I didn't want to make it sound like that, you know, because he definitely also, the way he acted was not how a leader of anything should act.
Right. I appreciate that. And it caught me so off guard because that's just not the Greenie that I know. It's just, I've never seen that side of him, maybe, but...
Yeah, like I said, I'm not covering for him. It was wrong 100% through and through, but I think it's very possible that he just kind of hit a breaking point there because, you know, he put that whole meeting together, you know, on the outside, obviously. I know you guys are doing your investigation, but on the outside, you know, taking it at face value, he put that meeting together to fight this, you know, the cult, you know, at least that's what was said. So for them to just show up and ruin it, I can see where it would shake him and rattle him.
Sure, yeah. Is he in the trader at the moment?
Al? No, I don't think so. I can just have him meet us out if you want.
Yeah, I think until I go speak to the East Side boys myself because of our suspicions. I think they are less on the fence than you guys.
Well, I thought that you...
We did.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. You're okay. We did until Saturday, and the note we found in our torn apart base kind of, in my opinion, indicated that they were the ones that hit us.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna have a talk with them.
Is that something you're gonna do now, or?
Now might not be the time. You can if you'd like, but I'm regardless gonna go talk to them because if it is them, they had just talked to me about, you know, like I told you, I think we met on my way back from that. It was what, a day or two, 48 hours, and they potentially already broke our little truce. So I hope that's not the case. Either way, I wanna talk to them.
what I'm... My voice... Bad.
Yeah, having some trouble.
Test. Maybe.
Better, I think.
I'll have to get figured out.
Okay.
You need to like sit down for a second.
It's like the button in my brain is stuck or something.
There you go.
Probably all those Cheetos.
Or all the acid I did in college.
Or that.
Ooh, interesting beer. Okay.
That's another thing that sucks about the apocalypse. I love the party. Wow, I missed. And there's just no good drugs anymore, man.
Drugs are
not.
bad.
I'm trying to find them too.
No, you're not.
I got some seeds for you.
I got a bit of weed, but I mean like the hard shit, you know.
No.
Why?
No.
It's more.
Let's see, what do I got? I don't think I got anything on me.
I used to get my hands on that shit a long time ago.
Yeah, me too.
Where are you?
Oh no, that'll make me retarded. Oh, you didn't jab yourself, did you?
No. I almost did.
No, I don't want to take it just yet. I don't want to be fucking stupid, you know.
Well, you know. Come on, peer pressure. Do it.
No.
We're not going in there, right?
They're just here.
Okay. If you want to, I can ask them if they would like to speak, maybe just one-on-one, or, you know, with you guys. Do you want me to ask? If not, I can let it go, but I will gladly ask if you want. And I will, if they say yes, then I'll guarantee I'll put your safety on me. You know, I will vouch whatever I gotta do. We probably have the biggest ledger they have, so they won't do anything to fuck with me.
Yeah. You know, I'll just.
Alright.
Should I just go with him?
Just go. Just go with it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's do
Or
it.
be on radio, or not, whatever.
Yeah, go. Do it.
Yeah, I think this might be, you know, it's better to just confront it, man. You know, I think, and I don't really see, I don't actually, you know what, I can't say for sure because I don't know for sure, but I would be very, very surprised if it was. But, you know, hey, if you figured it out and that's what you think, then obviously
certainly
you
haven't
wouldn't
figured
think
it
that
out,
for no
but-
reason.
Yeah. Just the note. They had a problem with Delilah in the past, and
Well, I was hoping to mediate that meeting, you know, and everything, and you know, steps forward got to be taken by both people or by both parties.
oh yeah.
So, hello, anybody home? Cooper,
Hello,
Felix,
what's going
anybody? Hey,
The most
listen.
important man's here. What's going on?
Yeah, I brought somebody that wants to have a serious chat with you. I told him that he was fine here with me, and I feel
Yeah.
like you may want to come talk to him. All right, come on here, Rosco.
What's going on, Rosco?
Hey.
It may be a conversation you guys may want to have privately. You know, I don't want to butt in or whatever, but I'll, you know, if you need me to back up, I will.
Up to you. I mean, I guess I'm not sure what this
Well-
is pertaining to, so I guess
The owl
leave it on
back
Rosco.
What is it? I'm sorry, Rosco.
The owl back there.
Yeah, that's Al.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
I'll head back in here, y'all.
Alright,
Yeah, go back over there for a minute, for a few
So-
minutes, please.
I wanted to run something by you is all. You know, after what happened Saturday, right?
Yeah, I left early from that event. After the grenade was pulled, I kind of dipped out of there, so I don't know what happened afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you talked to Greenie since then? Or any coalition?
Greenie has stopped by and asked a few questions, told us his version of the story. I want to use your guys' version. Then
Yeah,
I'll come to my own conclusion based off that, because there's sides to every story.
for sure. Well, you know, we were there as security that night. We knew Igloo, who was one of the barkeeps. He's lived in Star Yar for a long time, and we used to live out there. So they asked us to help out. We did. We were able to take out one of the cult members before everything went down. We kind of noticed that they were dressed differently. They didn't come as a group, you know, in a bigger group or anything. So we just decided to watch them with the possibility that a cultist shows up to an anti-cult meeting, you know, pretty standard. And when we pulled that one aside, after we watched them they were going through someone's car and that whole missing battery thing happened, so we pulled them aside and I tried to, you know, detain them to check their pockets, and when that happened, they tried to pull a gun on me, and we took them out. And on them, we found a note that, you know, showed us that they were occultists, for sure. And I don't have that note, it's at home, to keep that safe, because since that night, things have been very hot, and a lot of people have been very hostile towards us.
I just want to let you know, because since we have such a good relationship, that I vouched for the note. It's there, what he says.
Yeah, I would like just to see it at some point. So.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
like without the proof, I'm just taking you at your word. I mean, I know he's
Yeah.
seen it. Like, I have yet to see it.
For sure. And that's fine. I will happily... I want to make a copy because that seems... I don't know. I'll bring it to you. Or if you guys want to stop by at some time, whatever. I just don't keep it when I'm out and about because of things that have been going on. But nonetheless, they had a note that proved that they were, at the very least, a cultist. And the details of that note gave us reason to believe that a coalition member is potentially involved in whatever they're doing. They don't name anyone, but the note quotes, cause trouble and harm, something along those lines, to those at the meeting, except do not bring harm to the one woman in the coalition's ranks. You know the one, is what it says. So, we pulled that note, and I then recognized that person that we had to take care of came into the event with another person that was wearing a stab vest, no shirt, which I thought was weird to begin with. But, nonetheless, we went and identified that person. We tried to pull that person aside for questioning or, something along those lines. And that's when, everything went down. They pulled out a grenade, they threatened everybody, and whatever. And then that whole, series of events took place. Obviously Delilah ended up killing that cult member, luckily without a lot of collateral damage, just boom boom. And then after the fact, we confronted the coalition about the note, and we showed them, and things got very heated. Obviously at first, very expected reactions. Wisp was very defensive and upset. Greenie was defensive and upset and a little angry, and that's reasonable. I don't expect less. But there's a mound of evidence that we've been keeping track of for a while now. We used to live in Star Yar, like I said, and the brokers up there told us a story about the origins of the cult, because we asked about that same landmark at the pub, and they told us. And then a couple days later, we were at the House of Hope, and Greenie and Wisp told us a story, but it was a little different, and they left out some details, which we didn't know if that was intentional or just, a game of telephone, something like that.
Sorry.
Okay. So since then, we just kind of kept our eyes open, trying to find some kind of truth to either side. And over time, this was back in maybe February, March, something like that. And then we, obviously moved into the Northeast, and we just have kept our eye on the coalition to see if we notice anything strange. And on more than one occasion, we've noticed that there's circumstances where a member of the coalition, usually Natasha and Wisp, both of them together in tandem, are in a spot, and then soon after, cult members appear. Or, we hear things about Natasha and Wisp siding with one group of people, but then speaking behind them in their back, behind their back, in the shadows. I have people that hear things and watch things, and there's just a lot of uncertainty about them, and a lot of things that don't really add up to what they present themselves to be, in my opinion. And finding that note on a cult member sort of really strengthens my belief in that. If that makes sense. So
It does.
like I said, there was a confrontation about it, and things got kind of heated. I might say. I mean, Thaddeus was there to witness it.
Listen, both. He's going to explain to you his side of the story, but I just want to put it out there that Greenie also, there was wrong done and said on both sides. Okay, it's not just I heard Greenie say some things that shouldn't have been said, and heard them say some things, that shouldn't have probably been said, at least not in that setting. So, but I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. It's fair. He said, basically called us liars, and it was all conjecture, I think was the word he used. We had no proof, and he said, fuck you, and all we've tried to do for, quote, you people is help, and it just didn't sit right with me. And, obviously that kind of hurt, because we've been friends with them for a while. And obviously we weren't making, the nicest of accusations. And it was mostly just trying to bring up what I just told you. Like, hey, we've had this under our microscope for a while, and we showed them the note. Both Wisp and Greenie read it, and they just kind of shrugged it off and didn't seem to think it mattered, which I certainly disagree. But like I said, words exchanged, and then Wisp kind of changed her demeanor at one point. It was kind of like a flip, like a personality switch. I don't know. She was very, like I said, defensive and upset and distraught. And all of a sudden, it just like she forgot everything that happened, and she was super calm. And it was kind of, I don't know, it's kind of gives me chills just thinking about it. I don't know, it was sudden, I would say. And she first went up to Delilah and offered her a rope and said, tie me up, see if I have anything to hide. And we did, and there was nothing. She wiggled free. And it seemed like she was like, I said this to Thaddeus and Ernest, it seemed like a game to her. Like, she wanted to keep raising the stakes. Like, she saw that we were really trying to fight and prove something, and she found it amusing almost, I would say. So when she was wiggled free, we kind of kept going back and forth. Gary, who I'd never met, got involved, and just words kept getting exchanged. And then eventually she walked up, and she went right and looked me right in the eye, and she said, if you truly believe this, and you think that I am what you say I am, then I give you permission to shoot me in the head. And
I know it doesn't change the fact, but those words came from Wisp's mouth. I was standing 6 feet away.
Greenie did say that when he stopped by. That is something he did say happened.
And obviously, I did it. I did hesitate. It wasn't like she challenged me and I immediately pulled out my pistol and just did it. I did hesitate. It wasn't something I necessarily wanted to do. But as I've made my case before, I felt challenged. Like, everything that I just put out there and presented, if I didn't do what she challenged me to do, that just, especially with an audience around, lots of witnesses, that just proves that I'm not going to actually back up what I believe, and that it must not be true, like they said. Because, then if I stand there and say, no, I won't do that, one, that makes me look like a liar, actually, and that I don't truly believe the things that I just presented. And two, if it were to ever circle back and, you know, God forbid we truly find out that, you know, one of them is a cultist or a sympathizer or something along those lines, then the finger comes back pointed at me and, you know, you knew this and didn't do anything. So what the fuck's up with that, you know? So that's what ran through my head in those 5 to 10 seconds before, but I did do it.
Okay. I just want to say something as well. So under extreme, it could be been a very traumatizing experience for them, being accused of being associated with that, which I know trauma can lead to personality flips.
Sure.
But why would, like, just a question, why would they go out and be sympathizers or associated with somebody who's going around killing their friends? That part just doesn't make sense.
That part, well, here's a story that I was
They
told.
killed Matt and Ivy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two people who are very close with the coalition.
Matt, I'm not sure about. I never met him. I've heard of him. He worked for the Overlook, from what I've been told. I personally couldn't explain that side of things, but with Ivy, there's a couple things I could point in your direction. One, any conversation I had with Greenie, I don't think I talked to Wisp aside from Saturday, since Ivy's death. Greenie explained to us what happened, but truth be told, I didn't recognize any emotion or remorse in his voice when he told us. And, you know, like you said, they were best friends and they founded the House of Hope together and whatnot. So I just found that to be really, really strange. So I also know that Ivy was Maybe's partner, if I'm not mistaken, or they were at least very close. And we went and talked to Maybe about that, and she said that, well, they maybe resented Ivy a little bit because they brought Maybe in, and something that was also brought up during that conversation that Thaddeus can also attest to was that we questioned that, you know, their relationship with Maybe, because she feels she's kind of lowest on the totem pole and kind of gets treated as such. And Greenie flat out admitted to that and kind of showed some resentment because she thought that, or he thought that Maybe only wanted to be in the group because of Ivy, something along those lines. No matter how much Ivy has tried to, you know, prove her worth.
Just to clarify Greenie's what Greenie said about Maybe there, he said that at the beginning when she first joined the coalition that yes, he absolutely did not want her in there. But he has since come to terms and realized her potential and her worth to the coalition. So that's in a nutshell what he said about her. Sorry, I just wanted to clarify that way.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But Wisp did not.
I do know that. I do know that Maybe is squirrely, so that's one that definitely needs to be looked on or watched out for.
Yeah, and that's something I'm also going to look into because she disappeared. I don't know at what point, but she was there. I did speak to her at one point, and then she wasn't. After everything happened, I thought she'd be around with the coalition. So
she did
I
take off
personally
when that flare was launched. When the flare went up in the air, a lot of people panicked and ran off.
I see.
Well,
I
I
ran
searched
away
for
as
her,
well
and I tried to find her. I was 6 feet away from Greenie and Rosco and Delilah and Wisp. I didn't get to say a whole lot because it was obviously tense.
It was a lot.
It was very tense, and but I went to look for Maybe, and she was nowhere to be found. So we did, it was tried to find. She tried to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're okay. We did want to follow up on that, but something she told us though was that she feels that Wisp sort of replaced Ivy when Ivy, I guess, went away for a while, and she felt like when Ivy came back, Wisp was not very happy about it. And how things went. Shortly after Ivy turns back up, the cult comes around and now she's gone. So I don't know. That could explain that part of things.
Yeah. that does make more sense now. I guess I didn't hear that side of the story.
Yeah, and you know, it's my word, but it's what I've heard from maybe herself, and whether it's true or not, it kind of helps us
Where's he
lead to
at?
believe one way or another. So that's my side of things.
Yeah, that's fine. We could get
And
him.
what I wanted to come talk
Hey,
to
be
you
quiet
about
there, Flint.
is we got hit Sunday night, and the note that was left in response was something along. It was definitely aimed at Delilah. It was, "Dear Delilah, we have nothing against your crew. Our problem is only with you. The Northeast wants you out. The Northeast remembers." And I found that kind of weird because, you know, we just had our whole conversation, and, you know, obviously you guys aren't very fond of what happened, right? So I just kind of wanted to clear the air and ask you just straight up, did you guys do that? Did you leave that note?
Did not. I mean, Sunday night I was asleep. I think most of the lead. One person on.
If it counts for anything, like these guys at Eastside, even before we started, you know, even before tonight, that, you know, we had this talked about all this. Like these guys for a solid, you know, 4 or 5 days, you know, pushed me to try to get a meeting with you because they wanted to patch it up. So, you know,
No,
I
yeah.
believe it when he says them, if that counts for anything.
Yeah, I mean, I know that part to be true. I think I ran into you on the way back from the meeting I did have with Tony and Cooper and Felix. I think we're all there.
Oh, okay.
But then Saturday happened, and I don't know if maybe that changed feelings. You know, Delilah was the one to pull the trigger on the cultist, and I don't know. People saw that to be controversial for some reason. I'm not sure why. Only one casualty. It wasn't like everyone was in a lot of danger. But I just wanted to make sure, because I know in the past you guys obviously have feelings about how she's handled certain situations, and the note was very much directed at her, and, you know, made references to the Northeast, which, you know, obviously live in the Northeast. So just wanted to ask.
Well, okay. I mean, I'm just gonna let you know when that happened. We did tell everyone who stopped by what happened after the storm, so I'm sure some people have feelings about that as well. And I'm not sure who would have done that, but I thought we were all good.
Yeah,
I think we're still all good.
I
don't
feel
see
like that.
the
Yeah.
point be too. Or I shouldn't say the point. I shouldn't say. Like I don't see a need to be two-faced. If I was gonna do something, I would have done it directly. Like
Sure.
this is how I look and everything. I would made it very clear. I would have said like from EST or something like that.
Right. Okay.
Because I'm not
Yeah, he
gonna
like-
be bullshit about
Fun
I
fact, he
respect
likes
that.
to talk all. Just a little fun fact, he likes to talk all kinds of shit behind that window.
Okay.
that. Oh yeah, now. Oh yeah, Thaddeus.
Okay. No, it wasn't more so an accusation rather than just a question, because, you know, obviously, like I said, you guys have feelings towards Delilah. I'm sure other people do too. She's a personality, and she's a little intimidating at times. But, you know, I just want it to be because we just made our peace, and I want this relationship to be good. I just wanted to make sure. You know, I didn't want to assume things at all.
This was 100% the right way to handle this. This is how you should handle everything, really. This, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
everybody just honest with each other, and like, you know.
yeah. I mean, I'm not the one to try and jump to conclusions. I mean, I just presented to you like a 6-month-long case that we've been watching and keeping track of. So that's the type of due diligence I like to do, rather than just being like most others and giving that, you know, I see one thing and that's reason to start shooting and cause violence. It's just not who I am. So I'd much rather just come to you face to face and make sure. That's all.
On a side note, have you guys been around the last day or two? Like, we had a couple of guys run in here and shoot up the place. They had, what is it? The farming hats, like the wide brim hats.
No,
That sounds like
I
the
can
kin.
take a wild guess. Yeah, I was about to say those Hatfield dudes. They like to run around wearing all that.
Okay. Yeah, they ran in here, and I was building actually these walls up. They shot me in the back. I lost consciousness, and then about, I want to say 6 seconds later, I woke up, turned around, and shot the guy.
Good. Yeah,
And
maybe
then
cause some
they
problems.
attacked later on as well. It was probably about an hour and a half from that first attack. They came up with a DMR. I only got this after the fact. I was on the roof gazing at the stars. Next thing I know, I'm down in Electro.
Oh wow.
And then the guy came in with, I think it was an AK-74 or the AKS-74, the small one,
Mhm.
and a DMR, and gunned down Cooper and one of our chief security, Toenail, and then Rin, our newest hire, just gunned him down.
Oh wow, nice, good. No, we've
So, yeah, it was intense.
we were a good part of us were asleep yesterday, and Monday we had to hold a little team meeting because a lot of hell has sort of let loose lately, and I wanted to debrief everyone, make sure everyone was on the same page. So we were awake for about 3 hours or so, and didn't ever leave the base. So yeah, that, and we've been rebuilding because whoever hit us hard, like very hard. We've lost pretty much everything, so certainly don't have DMRs and anything of that sort.
I just didn't know if you guys had seen anything or not.
No.
Speaking of DMR, real quick, I found a 20 rounder today. If you guys are still looking for them.
We have like 4 of them back here. We have more
Oh,
mags
okay,
than we know
okay.
what to do with. More of the ammo that's a problem right now.
I got that too.
Of course you do. You run around moving those porta-johns all day, right?
I think I slept with some as well before we got hit, so I might have a little bit I can trade maybe to recoup some things. Not all.
We don't have nails for trade. We do have a couple of 4 dials that are up for trade at the moment.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I probably have some stuff to, buy a 4-dial. Luckily, I
What do you
slept with the
need
good
for- do you-
stuff.
I was gonna say, do you need anything immediately to get for your base, a lock
No.
or anything like that?
No, not
Okay.
immediately. We're secure for now.
Well, I was just gonna get it, good faith, and try to help you out if you needed it real quick on our ledger.
No, that's okay. I appreciate that. All right.
I got one side question. Do you have any 30 or 20 round Vicker mags or Val mags?
Let me go take a peek in the back real quick.
If you got one, I'll take one full.
I don't think we have the ammo for it. That's the one issue.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, you're killing me.
That's not a common round over here, Thaddeus.
It's a
Your
tough
best would
one.
be ORCC with that.
Peasant. Well, good. I'm glad that, see, I'm glad that you guys got that worked out. I didn't think that they did, but I couldn't make assumptions, so.
Right. Yeah. I should probably get going.
Go ahead.
Whenever you're done with your trading.
Yeah, I'm just trying to grab this mag real quick, and then we'll grab Delilah and head over to where you wanted to go real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you got to dig it up, we got someplace we got to get to, so I can come back later for it if it's. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I can't seem to find one. I didn't hear though. Cooper said last night that you were having trouble waking up.
Well, we had a couple guys that had the curse of the bow.
Oh shit.
I heard about that.
That's rough.
Yeah, well, they're good now. But we got some other place we got to be. I'll come back by and I got more stuff to bring down at some point anyway. So.
Okay.
All right. right, I appreciate you. Thank you for hearing him out.
What the fuck? Okay.
All right, well, we'll talk to you later, man. Thank you.
Stay safe out there.
Thank you.
All right, Al, let's go.
Oh.
Well, wow, that got me too.
Okay, fellas.
I don't.
Later.
I don't buy it. Yeah, I was looking right at it. I don't buy. Cooper didn't. We'll see.
Hey, you know, it'd be hilarious if you just run past Delilah and go, run.
Hello?
Hello.
Lila, Skip. Maybe I could try the radio. I left mine on at base.
Here you go. Keep that one. I got so many more.
Oh.
Go
Yeah,
on.
yellow, yellow 8,
That's East Side Traders.
we didn't know where you were at. We weren't sure if you came out or not.
Yeah, we're out now. We're headed towards Olsha. We came to the spot you guys were at. I don't know where you went.
We'll come back.
Oh, we circled around.
Okay, you wanna just meet at the radio tower on the Olsha Hill?
The answer?
That's the one that's like on the other side, right? Like from where we came in.
No, the one towards Olsha.
Oh, okay.
A rainbow thing.
I believe we might have Ernest on our
That
tail
radio
back
tower.
there somewhere too. I
That's
think
the
he
one
just
I was
left
just
Novi.
asking if that's was the one.
Oh, we don't need to wait on him. He'll be a minute running.
R?
We came in.
Say
we
that
came in
again?
From the other way.
We
I'm
can't.
not sure where to go.
What is it?
What do you mean you're not sure where to go? You don't. There's a radio tower that's closer to our barn, and then there's the radio
Here,
tower
I got
closer to
a pistol
Olsha.
shot here.
Thaddeus is gonna shoot a
Ask if they
pistol.
hear this.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are
We're
you?
going towards that.
Yeah, come towards that.
Oh, okay.
What's confusing here? Maybe can you describe to me where you guys are?
A
The
brick?
big red brick.
Yeah.
In Krasno?
No,
No,
at
no.
the airfield.
Airfield.
Oh, yeah. So
Oh, there he is.
Is that the radio tower? That one that you're talking about?
Yeah, on the left. On the left.
just stay at the red brick. We're coming up now.
Well, I see you.
Okay.
I'm literally right next to you.
Well, I see that now.
Where did they happen to run to? Olsha, you said? Oh, I see him up there.
Here's Delilah here.
Yeah, I seen somebody running down.
Skip's up here, yeah.
Yeah, that's the radio tower I was saying.
Well, somebody was just there right here in front of us. Is that you guys?
Yeah, it's Skip.
Okay. All right, we need to go this way.
Okay.
Where are you at? Where you at, Al?
He's down there.
Hey, when we came out of the airfield, we went. This is the way we went, straight, right? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I just woke up from
Pretty much
path.
the path.
I don't
Yeah,
totally
okay.
remember.
I remember it now. Never mind.
Sorry that took so long, but they wanted to hear my side of things, so I told them. And
You okay?
Cooper claims it wasn't them.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it though, to be honest with you. And I don't know if this was there before. I'll have to ask Beer if he remembers when we went last, or Ben when we talked to them last. But they had a white party tent in their
Oh,
courtyard.
did they?
But just roll with it. They claimed it wasn't them, and Thaddeus thinks we came to a peaceful conclusion. So just leave it at that.
If I don't. Yeah, we're going in the right direction. If I don't run directly on top of it the first time, just bear with me.
That's okay.
It's here. I've always loved the rocks and everything around this side of the map.
Feels,
The way it looks.
yeah, it just feels natural. Yeah.
Yep. And if you need to hide something, it's a good place for it.
Look. We got people over there.
This doesn't look very good.
What's
Hold on,
happening there?
Let's not talk here.
Huh?
Hello.
Fuck?
Who's this, Hugs? What's going on? Oh,
He won't be talking anymore.
who's the person that talks too much?
Ron.
Oh, Ron from, Ron with two N's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I believe it.
Yeah.
You remember
Are
that
you
guy?
guys okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine.
We're just
I
looking
got
for
told
a
about
castle.
what happened from the east side.
Yeah, I just talked to
The
them.
cult and everything.
Yeah, we ran security
Good
that night
idea.
and took a couple of them out, but yeah, obviously what happened happened.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, we can leave you to it. Not quite our business.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
that'd be great. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You do your thing. But we are gonna go around this lake here.
That's all right.
But yeah, you do your thing. We saw nothing.
Fuck. Lucky I seen that, you know? That's funny. Fucking hilarious.
What the fuck?
What an interesting thing to walk up on.
I know, right?
Yeah, we lost our boys here. Don't think they even
Where
saw.
is he taking us? Black Lake?
This is Black Lake. There's apparently a castle nearby that we think is being a note drop-off point.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know where they went now.
God damn. It only takes one.
Man.
Well, that's taken care of.
Yeah. I didn't really know if I liked that guy, to be fair.
I never met him. I never met him.
I don't think he would have liked them either, to be fair.
Talks too much, so no, probably not.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a fire here. I thought I just saw a fire. Okay, maybe I didn't see a fire. I have no idea what the
I
fuck
see
I just
someone
saw.
down there on the right. In front of the
Isn't
cabin,
that-
someone running.
Isn't that our guy? Our friend?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
She explained it to us.
Oh, so you guys saved him?
No, that's their business. We don't get involved in that.
All right, that's all I needed to hear.
Yeah, we don't really know what's going on, but just kind of let it be.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Yeah, and that's not how I
It was
know Hugs.
interesting to come up upon.
Yeah.
Well, there was more people. There was more people in the house there, but they disappeared after the shot.
I'm right here.
Oh, there he is, somewhere here.
What'd you say? What did you guys say your group name was again?
I'm a free thinker. We're in Novilug, and they can introduce themselves if they want. It's not my. I don't want to tell if they don't want information out. So.
Are you guys
Gotcha,
not the
gotcha.
same group? You have the same
We're-
armband?
Yeah. Well, you got an armband on, buddy. What are you doing?
You got my armband on.
What?
Yeah, we're
Who
the
are you
IEC,
guys?
the intelligence. I'm part of the IEC, the intelligence entity of Chinaris.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you guys. Farmer Zach, we met you guys on the. We met. I don't know if we met Farmer Zach, but we met some of the new Belota guys. Me and Ernest did on the island yesterday, Scalisti. We met some of your guys on the shore after we swam across.
Pelota's far away.
All right. Well, listen, I have some important spots I got to take these guys and show them some stuff. So, you guys all come to Novilug one time. Come say hi.
Sounds good. We sure will. Nice to meet
All right.
you guys.
Who
All
are
right. Have
you?
a good one.
Are you guys together?
That's Farmer Zach. Yeah. That's
We're,
Farmer
we're
Zach.
all three running. We're all three running together right now, but I'm not part of their group.
I just would be careful with this armband unless you're a part of the coalition.
Oh, it's a different color. We've been wearing it for a while now.
Yeah,
Is it?
theirs is
Looks the
yeah, it's
same.
like a brighter. Yes, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but yeah, we seen it yesterday too, and we were like, oh, that's the coalition. They were like, no, but it is a little bit brighter.
Dang, it's really hard to tell. Okay.
It is really
Well,
hard
good luck.
to tell,
Nice to meet you.
unfortunately.
Yeah, no.
All right, guys, I'll see you Novilug whenever you come by.
No problem.
You're around.
Where's
So
your friend?
fucking random.
He's here somewhere. You got to keep an eye out behind you.
Yeah, well.
Wow, what is up with this area right now?
I don't know.
There's a
Apparently
hostage
it's-
situation, there's a fucking group, there's us run through it.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
All right, here we are.
Oh shit.
Oh, nice, David. Yeah, that's happened a bit ago now.
We ran into a bear trap here before, so be careful.
Okay. It's a big,
And then there's notes in here. There's one note there maybe you're looking for. Wow. Well, I'm gonna let you guys. I think there's a couple stick shelters out back. I'm gonna go check out. And...
Okay.
This one here. I don't know. Whose space is this?
I don't know. There's a note here. I have no idea. We came across it, and that's all we know about it. Is the notes, and then there was some tents back here.
Interesting.
Hey, look around in trees nearby, and maybe they left something buried.
Whoa. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
God damn it, Al.
Well, I was calling out your name, brother. But, I found this cool fucking guitar. Dude, I ran back to see where the gunshots were coming from.
Yeah,
I think our friends near the lake had some, situation, it seemed like. I found a bunch of shit, though.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna need that guitar, and you already know why.
Yeah.
Alright, come on. The old man needs
Gonna
his stuff.
make our way, or?
Yeah, we can head back that
You
way.
guys see the other listeners?
Yeah, they read them and everything.
We need to keep an eye on this place.
Yep. Alright. Good.
I found one. Oh, there you are. Rest in peace to that guy that had it before us.
I'm sure they didn't find all the answers. They didn't. Well, that's that, I guess. So feel free to check there whenever. Obviously, that's what we.
Oh, hey, I'm Al.
That's where
by
we
the
found
way.
that
Nice to
note.
meet you.
Yeah, Rosco. No, it's helpful.
I think. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be a spot that they use at the very least. So. Let's see.
Why not hurt to check all those new caves everyone found too?
I don't know where they're at. I haven't really went looking.
Yeah, we found the one. I don't know about the other ones though. All murmurs
Yeah.
and hearsay.
Well, there was those three dudes. I'm gonna go south around Black Lake and head back towards that way if you guys want to go, or I don't know what your plans are.
Yeah, I think we're gonna head home at least for now. If you want to come with us, I can show you the note quick.
Oh yes. I'll radio Ernest, have him come meet us there.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, I'd love to see where you go.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's go.
Oh,
That sounded shady
Yeah.
as hell. You know, for good reason.
I understand.
He's Ernest is at Black Lake over here.
Okay.
It's us. We're meeting our other guy here. Sorry, it's us.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, there he is. He's up there. Sorry guys, didn't mean to bother you again.
You talking
We might know
about?
Toby Logs.
Are you talking about the guy that you
I've
guys
been
left
up
a few
there
minutes
multiple
ago?
times, up to y'all's camp.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's up here.
Hello again, Ernest.
Board. Hello.
I guess they're heading back to their place, and they're gonna show us. Let us glance at that letter that you were talking about.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I heard
All
some
right.
automatic fire. I came a running. But one of the fellas told me y'all was heading down this way, so.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, I can't really tell you what happened because there's a dead person up there. It looks like though.
Looked like more than one, I think.
Whose guitar you think that was?
Jesus.
Oh, is that? Did you just go pick through dead man's body?
I heard gunshots and I went to assist someone in need. The fact that I found a guitar is totally irrelevant.
What a freak!
I'm sorry, you wouldn't have grabbed the guitar?
Yeah, you're right. I would have.
Glass houses or whatever. Glass houses.
Take those tapes if you don't want them for Cyto.
This was, where we saw those two people, yeah.
Yeah. Was.
Pretty sure it was Hugs and Big E, I think.
Oh wait, there's another body over there.
Jesus.
Huh? Shall we?
Sure,
You
let's
got sprayed down.
yeah.
Oh, a bag.
No, it's a back head. It is a. Well, maybe they put that over him. All right, I'm following host now since we're going to your place. Was Rosco able to update you on the little meeting there, Delilah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool, good.
Good.
Actually, I forgot. I didn't realize I grabbed it, but I found this armband on that body. This blue armband. Me neither.
Men of the North?
Yeah, we're,
Pretty close to it.
it looks close, yeah. I feel like I've heard another group out west wears that. Can't remember, though.
Do you remember what the web wears, Ernest? Do you remember seeing what they wear? The web
It was
earlier?
Purple.
yeah, it's like a light purple.
Lilac
Ah,
purple.
okay.
Yeah.
Something like
So I know that you guys, went through and talked about a lot and explained everything. So you said you guys did talk to Greenie already, though, and even though you just kind of agreed to disagree?
Yeah, he was the first person we talked to.
Okay. I didn't really, or I couldn't really hear when you were telling us about it, so.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we went over there the morning after and just kind of explained to him, like, it's nothing personal against you, and we don't want a war or more bloodshed if there doesn't need to be. But what we believe is what we believe to be true, and if there is something shady going on, we told him he kind of just needs to open his eyes, and like, if you really want the cult to go away and you really are fighting what you're saying you're fighting, then you have to lay all the options down on the table, not just outside of your group. Because you're not outside of their reach. Nobody is.
He does have to, everything else aside, he does need to open his mind up, a little bit. I agree with that much.
Yeah. I mean, the note itself that I'll show you, like, that would concern me if I found a note on the body of a cultist, not naming, but almost admitting that there's a person within my ranks that is working with them to some extent.
At an event, at a meeting or event that you put together to fight this nonetheless.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't put it past the cult to just have some bullshit notes like that to tear everyone apart, though. I don't know the whole situation.
I think that it's probably much too specific to just be random. I'd imagine that they obviously believe in the note, so I guess we'll see it here in a few. And
No, for sure. Like I said, I wasn't there.
But, I mean, obviously we're just rated, so.
oh, did you guys want to swing through Ulster to see if you could find her?
I do, but I think we're kind of running low on time, sadly.
No, okay, gotcha. Well, we can always come down to your place. Would you rather just go see if we can get in touch with her and we'll meet with you in a day or two?
No, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. If you're here and you want to go
No,
do that,
it's entirely up to you because it's your investigation. I'm just being suggestive.
No, it's okay. I mean, I'm open either way. Like, if you want to see the note, I will hold on to it as long as, I can keep it safe. But with how we've been getting hit and targeted, I don't know how long that note will be safe. I'll try to, hide it away and whatnot, but...
If that's the case, we should probably just go look at the note then, like you originally planned.
Okay. Yeah, I just, like, I don't want to build all this up and then, you come a few days later and, I get shot with it on my person or someone breaks in and steals it. I would hate for that to happen.
Nah, I understand. I was just trying to help you guys get to the bottom of your stuff too, if I could.
No, I appreciate that. We'll certainly follow up with maybe sometime soon. I think we've checked all the boxes with people we wanted to follow up with, except for hers, and yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you guys went this route instead of the at each other's necks with coalition. Well, with bullets at least.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't say we're at their neck. I try to be reasonable and whatnot, but I can't control how other people act. It's the sad part.
So, Greenie just doesn't seem to think there's any possibility that there is somebody within the coalition that's...
From what I gathered,
Yeah,
that's correct. And you can ask him yourself, but I mean, between that I guess altercation and then our conversation with him the following day, he doesn't seem very open to that idea.
Well, I'm not, you know, his best friend or anything like that, but I do talk to him, you know, relatively frequently. I'm not gonna shove it down his throat, but I'm gonna tell him that, try to get him to understand that at the very least he needs to keep an open mind. Even no matter what happened, yeah, it sucks, you know, shit hit the fan, but
Or what, you know, if somebody was to pop up within the free thinkers or hosts for that matter, that, you know, somebody suspected of being an affiliate or a sympathizer or something like that, you know, there's going to be a level of I don't want to not distrust in the notion, but, you know, not wanting it to be true, more or less.
Right, of course.
Yeah. You can be hesitant to call your friend a fucking cultist.
Sure.
yeah, exactly.
But that still warrants a bit of an internal investigation, nonetheless.
Yeah, you have to be open to it. And especially because it's something he's explained to everybody he's told the cult about the cult, right? He says they try to get close to you. They try to hide amongst your own. And,
Exactly.
you know, he's got to, if he truly believes that, he's got to, you know, see that he's not excluded from that. That's all.
Absolutely.
I know I said it earlier, but that note that I copied for you, the green one, like, that one keeps running through my head now that I know more about the cult and what's going on.
Yeah, that one's really concerning, to be honest with you. I hope the green pen is just a coincidence, but who knows at this point.
Yeah,
that's
I've
the,
not seen that.
The self-sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave it to you guys. So either Delilah or Rosco has it.
I should have it.
I have it.
Oh, you have that one?
The one with the names.
No,
yeah.
no. I have the one he's talking about. The one. Maybe you didn't read this one. Where's Skip?
Just see. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a bit odd.
Yeah, right. That's all sorts of fucked up, that is, man.
Yeah, it's certainly something. What's wrong?
Hunting shot, you reckon?
Didn't even hear it.
What?
You reckon that was a hunting shot?
Yeah, I would say so, unless we hear another one, but it's definitely the direction we're going.
Yep, it was either that or I'm fed up with life. Never mind, should have said that.
You get that shit around, dude.
The dog? The wolves? Did I hear wolves?
I'm not hearing anything.
I don't hear that. No, I don't hear any wolves.
I didn't even hear the shot you guys heard, so I don't know.
Is there something wrong with your ears, Rosco?
Yeah, maybe. My brain might be a little overwhelmed with everything at the moment. Who knows?
It's understandable.
Trying my best to
We're
keep
in the midst of
in the midst of what?
in the midst of attempting to smooth over relationships, and you know, and at the same time prove information you got and all kinds of junk. So
Yeah.
I think it's probably no secret that Ernest and I talk, you know, a lot, pretty much everything that goes on, and I know that, you know, he's been pretty close with you guys, and I gotta be honest with you, if, you know, he kept my mind open. I wasn't sure, I kind of really didn't believe or take your guys' side until Ernest, you know, now I'm with you guys. I think that you're right.
There's just an awful lot that has to be coincidence for it to be the other way around, in my opinion.
That's exactly right. That's what, you know, I thought that maybe just high emotions got, you know, you know, started a unfortunate event the other night. But you're not wrong. It's just there's too many little things that line up that.
Yeah, unfortunately. Like I said, our relationship with Coalition was... They were probably our closest allies and friends since we moved into the Northeast, and it's just... it's unfortunate, you know? Regardless if I'm right or wrong, which I obviously believe I'm right, but obviously there's also always the chance that I'm not. So... regardless, I put my foot down for the sake of the safety of the Northeast, and yeah, I'm trying to do what I think is best here. I'm trying to handle it the right way too. Obviously, maybe what happened Saturday wasn't 100% the right way, but it's what I felt needed to be done, sadly.
Well, nobody's perfect, and would it have been better for cooler heads to prevail and nobody get hurt? Yeah, but you know, can't change the past.
Right. I mean, if she didn't challenge me to do that, or offer, you know, me to show what I truly felt, I wouldn't have shot my gun at all, I assure you. Except at the cultists themselves.
She said it very... I remember when she said it, and she said it very matter-of-factly, like she did not think it would happen.
Yeah.
Like you know, like, I do think that. I do think that she said it very matter-of-factly, like she did not think it would happen.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I agree with it, but, you know, there's something to be said for an attitude like that whenever you are playing with your life.
Definitely.
Looks like it's just a log laying on the ground.
Good horse, man. Yeah.
Well, you know, you gotta have some decent eyesight out here now. Especially all this damn foliage. I tell you, I was running the other day. I stepped right on the back of a 506 member. He stood up and gunned me down.
Oh, wow.
Straight back to the coast.
Oh, 506. I think... do they maybe wear blue armbands? Is that who I'm thinking of?
They it's like an orangish.
Oh, they wear orange. Okay. I swear there's a group out west that wore blue.
There is men of the north that wears the blue out there, and
What are the Merrymen like?
They wear the survivor camp flag, I think. It says, I don't know, it's like a picture of a small little base with a compound and a watchtower. I forget what it says on it.
Refugee?
Refugee, yeah. That's it. Or refuge or something. Something like that.
Or yeah, refuge.
You're right, you look like you're having an aneurysm there, Delilah.
Fuck off! I'm just thinking. That's all.
I'll see that. Yeah.
I'm just thinking. There's a lot to think about.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, alright. I can do on these ones.
That's really close.
That's really close to
I
home.
don't know.
Hope it's not those fucking hillbillies again. God damn it.
Oh, those bastards.
Yeah, when Cooper started talking about a bunch of guys in straw hats raiding or attacking the place, it gave me a little PTSD.
Yeah, well, was fucking weird.
Yeah, we used to be, you know, neutral with them because, I don't know, we just try to trade and make peace, you know, business deals with anybody, as long as you're not outright bad. But they've been threatening us lately.
We're down a body. we're down a body here. We're
Oh, Thaddeus.
let's see, Al.
Oh, there he is. There he
Where's
is.
Thaddeus at?
He's here. He's here. He's here.
Oh, okay. Can't keep track of it. You remember that whistle, Rosco?
Oh yeah, need one of them.
I need that damn whistle.
Yeah, they've been harassing us lately though.
What you need is your high blood pressure medication, and leave me the hell alone.
Some fellers, what was that name? The Hatfields said stay out of Hatfield territory.
Yeah, it's very undefined.
Yeah, Hatfield territory is literally all the woods. Like,
It
no
is.
fucking way.
And they claim to own Devil's Castle as well. Tried to evict Northern Oasis.
Right.
Yeah, I bet I see Oasis being scared in their boots.
Yeah. Big time.
Do you think they know how to spell devil?
No.
I was surprised at the spelling in the letter they left us.
Yes, me too.
There's a couple backwards S's in there. I saw.
They tried.
Speaking of the Devils, the Northern Oasis guys are pretty cool. We stopped and talked to them for a while earlier.
Yeah, they're one of our longer business partners. We've traded them food for a few months now. They're good guys.
Yeah, how many of them are there? They got a lot of building there.
I'm not
A lot
sure.
of nails in that place.
Yeah, you should have seen it before the storm. It was a spectacle. I'm not sure how many they have though, but a good handful.
Wait, what is it? Sorry.
I was just saying, I don't know how many they are, but I know there's a good handful of them up in the castle.
I see. Where's what's his name? Mr. Beer.
Who's that in the fucking trench coat outside our house? Is that
What?
someone?
It's Saito.
Oh, it's Saito. Jesus.
Saito-san.
I thought it was someone in fucking robes for a second. I shit my pants.
Saito-san.
Lord, don't you speak that into existence.
No, I just saw the long trench coat.
Saito-san.
There are fucking sheep in our house?
I brought that goat over.
Oh,
Oh,
perfect. Wonderful.
I killed some other goats here too.
Kind of a sacrifice or something there, Saito. Offering.
Grab that other goat.
A nice setup.
yeah, it was getting there.
Go
Not
figure,
quite
it was
done.
just knocked down.
Yeah,
Yes, what are we doing?
they can come in here. I'd rather keep the note within the walls.
Everyone in here?
I think everybody but Delilah skipped in, and Sato's outside shooting that goat.
Delilah?
Yeah, sorry.
You guys wouldn't mind waiting right here? I'll come bring out the note.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yo, see, that's way too close.
Was that him?
I don't know what.
It was Saito killing a goat. Am I the only one that didn't jump out?
No, I'm here.
Yes.
I'm here too.
Can't be too safe.
Of our own is.
Oh, you get that door right or?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I can get it.
Where?
What happened?
Well, John.
Oh. Oh my
Saying
God.
if it was one of our own getting shot at, I'm gonna jump after it.
Yeah, me too. I would have helped you.
Can you not repair guitars?
I don't reckon so. Used to use fiberglass resin back in the day.
I bet it takes an epoxy.
I suppose you might be able to put something together like that.
Oh, where's Saito-san? Where's he at?
Not sure where. There he is.
He's here.
Just scared me half to death there, Sato.
Hang on 1 second. I grabbed something else for you. I grabbed a whole case yesterday, and then I got this one for you too. Where are you?
In that bush over there, I got it.
Oh yeah, here you go, Ernest.
Ah, you ripped my damn beard off my face.
Ah, my toupee.
Free grown, apparently.
Free range.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Saito, people have been wondering why the bar's not open.
I've been busy.
Skip, can you, you know? So we can have these guys not be out in the open.
Did you see that? Hardcore parkour.
Yeah, that is. You can
I tell you.
read it there. I posted it so you can all read whenever you're ready.
Wait a second now.
Whoa.
Did y'all not take Benjamin with you?
He had
He went to sleep.
Okay, all right. I was making sure y'all weren't down a body. Lord.
No.
Sometimes we lose Tyrone in the woods, and we have to go like search for him. And
I'll be out.
it's like
He's carrying.
Alright.
it's an amber alert. It's like an amber alert.
That's a note there on the post.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's also pretty telling there.
Yeah. So I mean, interpret it as you wish, but based on what we've gathered, what I've told you guys,
Jesus.
I hope you can see what we see.
Well, I think we had came to, you know, obviously, you know, we got to see, you know, it's better that we saw it, but I think that we had pretty much come to see your point of view after the last few hours. So, yeah, absolutely.
But you know, in the moment, right? I feel like that's cause for confrontation, and you saw how they handled it. They were not receptive by any means. So I mean, and understandably so. But you know, I hope you understand why things went the way they did.
Yeah, I understand. I see the point, but you know, again, playing that fence there, devil's advocates.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the public spectacle. Maybe it's not what you said, but when you said it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Maybe private audience for such. I mean, because if it's false, in the event that it was false, yeah, it'd be a pretty heavy accusation to make in front of the entirety of everyone that was invited.
That's fair.
Good
Maybe.
way to chaos.
But at the same time, this is hindsight, right? Like, it's all what's done is done. You know, what'll come is gonna happen no matter what.
Well, I guess that's it for this evening. I guess we should probably head back to Novilug. I thought I heard them say that they were about to get some rest earlier.
Yeah. Been a long day.
Well deserved, I'm sure of it.
Well, we definitely appreciate you coming to talk and coming up to Novi and, you know, tackling it head on. Definitely some respect there for you now. I mean, I respected you before, but even more so now.
Well, I appreciate it, and appreciate you hearing us out at the very least. You know, I don't ask that you side with us or anything like that. It's not my business. Just I want our side to be seen as well, as I'm sure Coalition has made their side heard and felt very well.
I actually haven't heard them. I don't know if they're keeping quiet on purpose or.
Well, I know they're not. I know they've talked to some people.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. That's my fault for assuming. I assumed they'd talk to you guys, but I guess not. That's on
No,
me.
I mean I'll definitely talk to him because I've come to like Greenie, so but some pretty damning stuff.
For sure. A lot to digest at the very least.
Indeed. But Rosco, Delilah, and I forgot your other names. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the hospitality.
Of course. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah,
as
that's all,
well.
mate.
Yeah, nice meeting
You too.
All right,
Just hop
fellas,
out there.
let's file on out of here.
Arigato. The food is for you guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look after
Host,
yourself.
as always, gracious hosts. I appreciate y'all, and the conversation has been very enlightening. I'm happy to, bring the rest of the free thinkers in on with y'all. So.
Okay. Well, regardless of how you feel and think, you guys and your trade is always welcome. So we'll continue deliveries as long as that's okay with you, and we'll be in touch.
Oh shit! Sorry. My bad.
Skip.
Yeah, we'll discuss
Huh?
the
Can you pick that up?
trade. Absolutely keeping it
The
up.
meat.
Okay. Perfect. And you guys are welcome here anytime. So take care.
Y'all
Stay
have a
safe.
safe evening.
You as well.
I'll take that shotgun.
I didn't like what fucking. Oh, let me say it in character.
You on the goat pelt too?
I want to try and get all this meat so we can have somebody cook it in a little bit or whatever they wake up. We
I'll pick it up.
I need to get some sleep, so.
Yeah. I didn't like what fucking. What's his face just said. Kind of present them
What did
with
he say?
my perspective, and he. One of them said, because Ernest or Thaddeus said something along the lines of, maybe what you said and what you did is fair and all, but maybe it wasn't the right place and the right time. And then one of not the bar guy, the other dude, Al, he said, sounds like a good way to cause chaos.
I'll fucking show you chaos. I'll fucking show you.
Yeah. Fucking on the fence, my fucking ass.
I'll fucking show them on the fence.
It wasn't them, it was Al. Opened his mouth.
You get it? I'm carrying everything because your fingers are too sore.
I'm gonna fucking punch you.
Here,
So you get
did
that.
you close your eyes?
You get that.
I don't need to.
You don't need to, okay.
No.
Oh, you do it.
And I think you know why?
I do?
Yeah? You do.
I don't.
You do.
Okay. Okay, well, I will get this door.
Yeah, thank you. My hands are full.
No, of course, Skip, you're fine.
Mm.
Some of us don't
Oh,
like to open
blisters
doors.
over there, sore hands.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. I'll get ya.
Fuck you up.
I'll get ya.
He has her HUD off? Ah.
Do you want this shit?
That work?
I'm gonna put this food in this bag here and somebody can cook it up. Or what?
I'll hold the bag, whatever. Alright. Put it in the tent? Alright.
Yeah, put it in the tent.
Which tent?
I don't know, one of the few that we actually have still. Yeah, up here. There's a food tent right here.
Oh, the food tent. Okay. I'm gonna move this food down.
So what did All Might say? That was just very weird.
It wasn't weird, it was just kind of like so off on the fence about things. I don't need to say that. But Ernest, I think, was the one that said, you know, maybe the time and the place and the choosing of when to say what you guys said was maybe not the best, especially with an audience. And it wasn't my intention. I didn't ask for a fucking audience. I asked to speak to them privately, and people followed us, and they wanted people to see. So, but what Al said was, sounds like a good way to cause chaos to me. As if we did that fucking intentionally. Doesn't matter what we do.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
We can be open and straightforward with everyone, and there's just always fucking.
So, are we on terms with these side traders or what? Like,
I'll tell.
what are we doing them?
They I talked to them. They asked for my side, or our side rather, and I gave them the whole fucking spiel for the 100th time. And then I told them about the note, and Cooper said, no, wasn't us. Didn't really believe him. Didn't believe fucking word out of his mouth. He seemed very, I don't know if it was annoyed or if it was off-put. He felt, I don't know. He didn't seem to like that I was there. Is kind of the feeling I got talking to him. Brainy had already gotten to him, he kind of mentioned. So I think he doesn't believe what we have to say. And when I asked him about the raid, I said, look, I'm just being straight up. We just called peace and made up, and we just, started repairing this relationship. And the note left in our base was very, kind of led me to believe it might be you guys. And he just was like, no, wasn't. Even though I saw a fucking white party tent through the crack.
Oh. Did you see it?
I saw a white party tent, 100%. I don't know if that had been there previously or not, but I did see one.
There's only so many white party tents.
I understand. I do know that they had some in their courtyard previous times we've been there, but I don't remember if that one specifically was there. Maybe I can think really hard, or maybe Beer remembers, because Beer was there with me one of those times. Remember when we went our separate ways, you talked to the web, I talked to them. Beer was with me that day, so maybe he remembers a little better, but they 100% had a white party tent, and they were not trying to hide it.
I think they did it. I'm pretty sure. They have to have.
I'm not convinced that they did, but I'm also not convinced that they didn't. They are still my number one suspect, to be very fair. And if it wasn't them, nobody else makes sense, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Other than the web, and if that's the case, I don't understand why they included this whole, rally the Northeast fucking shit in their note.
Yeah. Somebody's outside. Hello? Hello? Somebody's out back. They're not speaking.
God damn it. Ben did that. I don't have a pick. I guess so, Mick. Sure you heard anybody?
100%. Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
I'll be on sleep as well. Yeah. But, yeah.
I feel like we learned a lot today.
We sure
I
did.
think we did, yeah.
I think Ernest, at the very least, I don't know if he truly does or if it's just part of his act, but I think he believes us. I think he kind of leans more towards us. Even now even Thaddeus, I think, does. I think he changed his mind today.
I heard him say that.
Yeah, but the other two didn't seem. I don't know about the one that just came by, but that owl guy didn't seem too convinced, obviously. But that's fine. Not here to convince people and fucking make them side with us. They need to see it themselves. We know what we've seen. We know what we know. We read the note. All that matters.
Yeah.
Just need to get to the bottom of it. That's all there is to it. Find out the truth. And we know of a possible, dead drop point. Not really a dead drop, but a point where they leave notes, at least to boast about things or communicate. I don't know. And yeah, we learned some information from the free thinkers today, so that's good.
Yeah.
I got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Being a secret
now
cult
we won't
member
be
and
awake
making everyone
tomorrow,
paranoid is
but,
my favorite RP. For fuck's sake.
The next day after that should be a nice long session if you're available. Skip.
Yeah, I'll see. Yeah. Should be wrong.
It's fine. We'll be awake on the weekend as well.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
good.
get some sleep.
Me too.
Alright. Is there anything you need me to pick up, or?
No, I don't think so. That was just bullshit that was in the backpack I was able to snag.
Yeah. Righto. I'll see you when I'm looking at you.
Sounds good. Huh. Oh, fuck me. It's hot. Guys, appreciate you. That was a lot of really good RP conversation that needed to have happened. So, that was fun. That was a fun little adventure. And a lot of interesting things happened along the way. I'm really excited to see how this transpires and plays out. I like the storyline. This is really fun. I'm having a really good time. And like I said, really excited to see how the story progresses, continues, and how it ends, because I truly don't know how all this is going to go down. We'll see. Cool. I'm going to send you guys over to Rusty. Rusty's playing some DayZ Underground as well. Much different playstyle than what we're going through right now, but we'll go show some love to him nonetheless, and yeah, enjoy. Appreciate you all. Like I said, if you haven't already, please make sure to like the stream. It does really help me out. I don't think we're on tomorrow, but I'm off Friday for the 4th of July, so I'll be on a bit earlier than normal and have a longer session, and then I think we plan to play pretty decent sessions Saturday, Sunday, and I imagine because it's the weekend, something will fucking go down. So, oh yeah, appreciate you all. Take care, have a good night, and bye-bye.